Multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless, we will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
And never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Y'all didn't think y'all weren't gonna get a show, did you? Welcome into another edition of Bringing These Virtual Tour Live, and good morning to you. Hello to you and you. Yes, it is 11:43 in the morning down south. So good morning to all of you. I know it's afternoon on the East Coast, so good afternoon to all of you. Y'all, we have a lot to get to. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 destinations for you all this morning and afternoon. Rachel Lindsey has entered into the group chat to give her take about what's going on with The Bachelorette. Oh, my Lord. And plus some updates about the weight of this cancellation. We'll talk about that. Debra Antey, the manager of Nicki Minaj, or is she? We'll get into that because that news broke yesterday. We'll talk about that. Breonna Taylor, the Department of Jacked Up, is trying to make a judge drop some charges connected to that. And also, too, we'll get into the minutia of the DOJ call that Breonna Taylor's mother got. In addition to that, y'all, ICE is at these airports, and the lines are long. Not to mention, wait till you hear some triggering news about what ICE agents are doing at these detention centers. We'll talk about that live this morning as well, and this afternoon. Zuri Dixon, if you don't know this young lady's name, by the time you'll get done knowing her, you will be just as furious as I am. Believe me. Then Cardi B, you know she's on tour, selling out stadiums across the country, around the world. Her new hair care line is out. But she teamed up with a huge platform that's still around, but they've been in the background. But child, she gave us some life today. We'll talk about that. Turkey Hill, if you guys know them, they are known for their ice cream and their milk. Well, they have gone into the ready-to-drink sector, and my state of Arkansas is a part of that, so we'll get into that. And then Phil of the Future was a Disney Channel show from back in the day, and the star has some things that they want to say on it. And then Robert Muller passed away, and the president decides to open up his mouth and says, I'm glad he's dead. Sir, I saved you for the end for a reason. Because you don't know what you just opened up. With all that being said, let's get to it. Higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do hear that virtual tour music. Yes, you do. And one thing to know, and two things for sure, that over here on this channel, a lot happens early. Rolling.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Now this for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you're starting it out right. But I'm whenever you're in the daylight. And a lot happens early. Can you feel it when I say?
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Now this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you're starting it out right. But I'm whenever you're in the daylight. And a lot happens early. Can you feel it when I say?
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
Yes, it is a new morning. Julie Chen Moves down south. It's a new afternoon over here on the East Coast into Russell Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, Maggie Rodriguez. You are apps around this channel right here. A lot happens early. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all of you here in the building with me. Yes, indeed. So give me a moment here because, child, y'all know how technology is. There I am. There we are. Hey, everybody. I'm like, what's going on here? All right, welcome in. Let's get to it, everybody, because, child, we got a lot to talk about. Let's get to Rachel Lindsey first of all. Rachel Lindsey. All right here. Shout out to rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years, on to the next 25 years. Rachel Lindsey weighs in on Bachelor scandal, darling. Scandal. The former Bachelorette raises questions the franchise future after a high-profile cancellation. Let's keep going. The future of the long-run reality dating franchise tied to ABC has come under renewed scrutiny following recent controversy surrounding a canceled season of The Bachelorette. Former lead Rachel Lindsey has publicly reflected on the situation, suggesting that the brand may be facing deeper issues than a single casting decision. Lindsey, who led season 13 of The Bachelorette, shared her perspective during a podcast conversation recorded shortly after the news broke that a planned season featuring Taylor Frankie Paul has been pulled from the network schedule. The timing of the cancellation, which came just days before its expected premiere, added to the broader conversation about the franchise's direction and reputation. In her remarks, Lindsey expressed skepticism about whether the franchise could recover from the situation. So this is talking about the Bachelor franchise, the growing concerns. She suggested that the issue extended beyond any one individual and instead pointed to systematic concerns within the production and the decision-making process. In her view, controversy has raised questions about how casting choices are evaluated and whether sufficient oversight is in place. The franchise, which has been a fixture of the network television for years, has faced criticism at various points in its history. However, this recent development has intensified discussions about whether its brand identity remains intact. Give me a moment, y'all. Okay. I do have Rachel's response. We will get to that here in just a little bit. Lindsey described the name itself as carrying diminished credibility, reflecting a broader sense that the audience trust may have been affected. The canceled season of The Bachelorette became a focal point after previously released footage involving Paul resurfaced online. The video, which reportedly showed a confrontation involving Paul and her former partner while a child was present, contributed to the network's decision to halt the season's release. A spokesperson for Disney Entertainment Television indicated that the decision was made in response to newly surfaced material and emphasized a focus on supporting those involved. The abrupt cancellation, coming so close to the scheduled premiere, which it was supposed to premiere last night at 8/7 Central on ABC, marked a rare disruption for a franchise that typically follows a consistent production cycle. So basically what ends up happening is The Bachelor is filmed for 7 weeks, then they go on a 3-week break, and then they film The Bachelorette. So then it's always a new season on TV, right? So that's typically how reality TV shows in terms of competition shows are produced. So Lindsey know that public reaction to Paul's selection as the lead has already been mixed before cancellations. Some longtime viewers had expressed reservations when the casting announcement was first made, signaling early concerns within the fan base about the direction of the show. Industry implications and job concerns beyond the creative and reputational questions. Lindsey also pointed to the broader industry implications of the cancellation. She acknowledged that a decision of this scale not only affects the franchise itself, but also the main individuals involved in production. From crew members to supporting staff, the ripple effects extend across a wide network of jobs tied to the shows. Continuation, her comments highlight the precarious nature of employment within entertainment, where the success or failure of a single project can influence livelihoods. In a competitive environment with limited new productions, the cancellation underscores how quickly opportunities can shift for those working behind the scenes. Bachelor Nation and shifting trust. The reaction from Lindsey reflects a growing tension between audience expectations and the evolving reality of reality television. The Bachelor franchise, once known for its predictable structure and loyal following, now faces questions about how it adapts to public scrutiny and changing viewer attitudes. While Lindsey acknowledged uncertainty about whether the franchise can regain its former stand, she pointed to difficulty in rebuilding trust once it has been affected. The connection between the brand and its audience has long been a central part of its success, and any erosion of that relationship presents a significant hurdle. Situations surrounding the canceled season and Lindsey's remarks together illustrate a pivotal point for the franchise. What once operated as a steady fixture in reality television is now navigating a more complex landscape shaped by audience expectations, public accountability, and internal decision making. Whether the brand can stabilize and move forward remains open question, but the conversation surrounding it continues to grow. So, what do I think about what Rachel Lindsey's saying? I don't think she's off about this. I mean, when she was at Extra, right? Y'all remember that Chris Harrison interview? We played it here on Brains Virtual Tour Live. Rachel Lindsey was hired because of her connections to the Bachelor universe, and when her NDA was up, she was done, right? And so she has a inside track on this better than me, better than anybody else, right? Because she was the first Black Bachelorette, and this is a story about the Bachelorette. And when you think about the magnitude of a franchise like this show's been on for 30 seasons or so, and not to mention right now with the way media is going through mergers and acquisitions right now, different companies and brands and this, that, and the third, there's a lot of people that really don't want to invest in new things, which it hurts because, believe me, I have a dang show concept that, believe me, will blow The Bachelor out the wire. I know you guys hear that all the time, like, oh, I got a show that would do this, that, third, but no, believe me, this one, it would give ABC such a new life. Everybody will forget about The Bachelor. I promise you. But I'm not surprised by what Rachel Lindsey is saying. I think she was right on point. And I think she's right. The show may be over. And child, we'll talk about how much money they could be potentially losing here in a minute. I want to get to Rachel Lindsey's response here.
But we're going to run it anyway. And in the meantime, this Bachelorette.
Yeah.
And so we were supposed to be using our time that we're using right now to talk about episode 1. So full disclosure, we've all seen episode 1. However, things change. Callie and I will talk about Survivor and Age of Attraction at the end of this podcast. And it's probably going to seem irrelevant and random, but we're going to run it anyway. And in the meantime, we are here to talk about what's going on with Taylor Frankie Paul. And so last time, Callie and I talked about her on Monday, and things have drastically changed since then. And then they drastically changed again since this morning.
Yeah.
Because this morning, TMZ released the video that was used in Taylor's court case in 2023 when it was her first aggravated assault conviction for assault against Dakota. It is sort of like the culmination of this week's drip of news about their relationship. The other major news that has come out this week is that season 5 of Mormon Wives is on hold because the women were refusing to tape with her and didn't want to film with her.
By the way, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is a series that is on, give me a moment. So during the first season, Taylor Frankie Paul's DV allegations and her ex-husband, I think it's Derek Morrison, was heavily featured in season 1, and now there are cast members not wanting to film with her. So I'm playing this from Spotify. Spotify, don't at me, okay? I'm giving context, conjecture, and connection to what these ladies are talking about. Let's keep going. And hey, two people, welcome and glad to have you here. We just got started. I was supposed to go live at 11, but I had some adult activities to do, get some groceries for the place, but we are here. We'll give y'all a full-fledged show. Here we go.
Her until things were settled, and there's a new dispute, a new case being investigated about on both sides of Taylor having assaulted Dakota and Dakota having assaulted Taylor. I think also Utah Child and Family Services is involved. And the video that came out, that TMZ posted, Rachel noted when we were chatting that it's technically been part of the official record, but it was never like disseminated via the media. TMZ posted this 2023 video of Taylor jumping on Dakota and then throwing 3 metal stools at him.
They canceled it.
They did?
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
It's a
this
wrap?
is TMZ reporting it. So she just sent it to me.
Oh my God.
And she said, guys, why do I have chills? The Bachelorette Taylor Frankie Paul season canceled. TMZ has learned ABC is pulling the plug on Taylor Frankie Paul's season of The Bachelorette amid fresh claims of domestic abuse and the 2023 video of her fighting with her baby daddy.
Yeah. So in the video, I think also crucially, the fighting is terrible, but also one of the stools hits Taylor's daughter, who at the time was 5, and then you hear her crying. It's a horrible video to watch. This is a huge deal. This is a huge deal. I want to note The Bachelorette has not been on TV since 2024. I don't know how the franchise moves forward. Rachel, I want to get your reaction. I just think first, I just want to say, Taylor, everything Taylor's done, she really needs help. Like it's
first
very
of
clear.
all,
Like, that's sort of
the show has not been on since 2024. So 2024, 2025, 2026. A television show that has not been on for 3 years on as big of a network as ABC, that says a lot, because usually the bigger the show, the higher the priority is. And so the reason why that model works is because the more that there are different ways to make money out of that show, or as my mama always says, there's more than one way to scare a cat, the more leverage you have. But with what is happening with Taylor Frankie Paul, ABC might have to do the inevitable that has been talked about and cancel it. Now, of course, child, if this happens, Hollywood is going to be running to ABC headquarters in LA and pitching their dating competition, right? So just this is a very, very big media story. Hey, 4 people, welcome and glad to have you here. We are about to hear what Rachel Lindsey believes about the season 22 cancellation of The Bachelorette that is not going to be on ABC. Let's watch.
Number one, and we don't condone any of her actions. I think it's a more nuanced than that, though, as well. So we'll get into it. But first, Rachel, former Bachelorette, what's your reaction to the full-on cancellation?
Okay, this is fresh.
We all just found out. You broke this news.
I just got the text message, and it's reported by TMZ. Like, it's happening. A Disney spokesperson has already put out a statement. Before we hopped on this podcast, we were talking about will they, won't they? Will they, won't they? And even on Higher Learning, when I was trying to catch Van up, he was like, there's no way they'll do it if they've already shot it.
Yeah.
Because there's so much money involved, not just what it looks like for Disney, but just the time, the money, all the people who work on the show, all of it, right? But I'm trying to think of like the ways to talk about it.
Sure.
This is
fluid. We'll work on it together.
This morning, we saw the video, right? So I send it immediately to you. I'm here in New York, and I'm like, look at this video 5 minutes before I'm about to get on to record Higher Learning. And it's over.
Yeah.
That was my thing. I sent it to you and Callie, and I'm like, it's over. There's
You're
no
right.
way under any brand, but particularly Disney, that you can proceed when this video comes out.
Yep.
And then it makes me go back to, there was a lot of outrage when she was cast.
Yeah.
And I have to get onto myself for this. When she was cast, of course, like, we responded. I was invigorated by it.
The three of us got on a conference call in August because we were like so excited about it.
Yeah.
We were all like,
I think I woke up from a nap.
Now, I want to pause it here for a minute, right? Because some of the history of The Bachelorette is pretty big. For those of you who remember Hannah Brown's season, right? Let me bring up Hannah Brown. Hannah Brown, Sex in the Windmill. So basically, there was this huge thing about Hannah Brown having sex in a windmill, right? And it was her and Pilot Pete. And then there was a guy, Luke P. Luke P did not like that shit at all, okay? He was trying to call out her Christianity, this, that, and the third. Then you have, Claire, Dale. Shut up about Dale. Shout out to Bachelor fans. Think about it. We'll bring him into the conversation here in just a little bit. So the reason why that season was crazy was because it was shot during COVID, and Claire Crawley chose Dale and just said, fuck everybody else, right? And so with Rachel Lindsey, there was a shame, a crime, and a scandal where there was a contestant that said some things about her. So the history of this has been crazy, not to mention, too, we cannot forget about Pete Weber and what he did, right? And then, of course, Matt James and Richard O'Connell. And then there was a guy that, I think it was Jason Travick, basically chose the person that he chose and then forgot her basically within the same turnaround. And then Pablo said, I don't want to say that I love her. So the history of the Bachelor franchise has been out here for a very long time. So I can only imagine, here's the thing. It's one thing for cultural commentators like myself to be receiving breaking news, but these three women, they have carte blanche. They have social capital. They have some weight behind them that for them, because they talk, that's their job. This is the side hustle until it becomes the main hustle. But for them, this is their main hustle. And so when you think about the Bachelor Nation sector of social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever, the fact that this could be ending could ruin everybody's checks, because some people are just known for this. And I will say this. It's a difference between being a one-trick pony and covering Love and Marriage Huntsville versus covering The Bachelor. Because The Bachelor has been on for 30 seasons. So within that time, you have the chance to pivot, right? You have the chance to evolve. You have the chance to rise to be better. So just wanted to give that context, conjecture, and connection. Let's keep going.
And right when Rachel told me, I popped up, so excited.
And then one of you called me. I didn't pick up. I was on leave. The other one of you texted me being like, pick up the phone.
Well,
and then we had a conference call.
Because I told you before. actually because I told you before.
Well,
That's really, I'll just say it. There's no season.
Doesn't matter now.
But it's because I told you before.
But yeah, like we were all so excited. And something that Callie and I have been like trying to reckon with is like, we're part of the problem here. Like we've been hyping this up and really excited about like a messy bachelorette was what we wanted, but we don't want this messy.
No.
Rachel, I have a question for you. Because earlier today when we podcasted, I told Juliet that I felt semi-responsible because, and not that our opinion means that much, but more so just like we were some of the voices that were in huge support.
Oh, for sure.
Of this casting. But even at the time we found out about this casting, like we had enough evidence to know this was not a good idea.
So let me say this, right, to this young lady here in the first box. This is not your fault, okay? People have the right to celebrate what they want to celebrate, right? You and Rachel could not have predicted that a video was going to come out of Taylor Frankie Paul, this white woman, hitting her ex-husband and a child being hit. Y'all could not have predicted that. Okay, so, and like I said, the fans only know what they know when they are given that information. That's why shout out to Tracy Williams, Dr. Tracy Williams, by the way. She taught me in Black Images that what we see is the most filtered, dragged, and really distorted image, because the purest image was at the beginning of the process, not at the end when we finally see what they allow us to see. So let's keep going. Shout out to Tracy Williams. Love you, love you, love you. Value, value, value. Appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you.
Okay, so this is where I'm going to fault myself on this. Now, I'm not going to take the blame.
No, we didn't make any decisions. We were just
because we know that the typical bachelorette, and I'm assuming they did this for her, goes through an STD background test, a psychological test, and a criminal background test. Like that's 3 of the tests that you go through. So I would imagine that they would have done that for her.
Do you think that they do that for her though, when she's already on one of their network shows? Like I understand she's not on ABC, but she is on Hulu already for 3 seasons.
Maybe not, but this is where I say I take blame. If you had asked me prior to this to explain, even though we saw episode 1 of season 1, that this domestic violence dispute happened, like it happened. We couldn't see what we saw today that was released by TMZ, but we knew it happened. I didn't do more research. And this is where I'm going to blame myself. I knew I couldn't have explained it to you the way I can explain things now. I knew that there was an issue. I thought they both were at fault. I knew there was a child present. I thought it had been concluded that the child was not struck. And I thought that they not settled because it was a criminal thing, but she pled to something.
She pled to aggravated assault, and the other 4 charges were dropped.
So
that was a plea
not
deal.
With the child.
Yeah.
And so I took that and I just left it there. And I didn't really do any research. And I was like, okay, I thought they removed the child. Not that domestic violence is okay in any kind of way. I thought that they were both at fault. I knew he didn't want to give a statement. And I just took it there. There was...
Now, with Rachel saying that she should have done her research, we only know what we know at the time. Rachel Lindsey, for what she has done. Now, Rachel Lindsey was a lawyer. Let's get that straight. She was a actual factual smacktual lawyer. She has evolved since then, okay? But she comes from a lawyer background. And so as a lawyer, you only know the facts that you know at that time. I don't think Rachel should be up on herself. I don't think any of us should be up on ourselves because, child, I didn't know about this situation until it hit the fan. Okay? And child, when everybody else is talking about, you know it's big, okay? So let's keep going.
Still a lot of outrage though
when
she was announced because people brought this up, and I even was I still didn't do research. I just was like, well, I remember that the original report, and I thought it was she pled to this and the other charges were dropped, which I thought they couldn't prove. That's why they were dropped. And it could be because it's a statement, but
or just because isn't it true, like in the court system, like you just like take a plea deal and like that's what it is, and then you kind of like move on?
But my main thing was what I saw in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a person who went for weeks away on a retreat.
Yeah.
Who told us that she had healed, and we saw it. She was very calm. She was kind of the voice of reason for season 3. And I thought that is what we were getting coming into The Bachelorette. I thought that is who said yes to The Bachelorette. I thought she was still in therapy. She's still working on herself, but she is on the road to recovery. We also saw her end it with Dakota. Even when season 4 starts, that's a whole nother conversation. She starts saying they haven't been together for a year. That is who I thought was saying yes to The Bachelorette. Did I think she was going to find love? No, I've been very vocal that I'm there to watch it be her for the entertainment purposes, not for love. If she gets it, great. I'm not going to root against it, but that's not what I was watching. Let's put aside what we saw, what has come out. I love that you use drip. What has been like the information that's been dripping out this past week. Let's put that aside.
I want to come back to it, but yeah, let's put it aside.
Season 4. If you watch season 4, how did this?
Yeah,
I can't get past that. Once I watched it, and if you talked about it, we don't have to get into detail.
No, it hasn't. Much like the season of The Bachelorette, it's not going to air because it's sort of, it's kind of like, it's so old. But Callie, why don't you what do you think, having now seen season 4? Like, what should they have done?
Well, we Juliet and I have talked about it offline and online that will never see the light of day, but we both were kind of confused why after season 4 aired, it's the same people making these shows. So they were well aware of everything that was happening at season 4 during season 4 filming 6-7 months ago.
Yeah.
And they still moved forward with her being the Bachelorette. Just season 4 alone is enough for me to be like, yeah, she can't be the Bachelorette. She's not ready.
Just the last day where she misses her flight because she's fucked Dakota all night long, so she can't get out of her house. Like that alone is enough. And I just want to clarify one thing: the production team of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is different than the production team of The Bachelor.
She couldn't get out of bed for The Bachelorette because she was having a good time. I can't help thinking that this is some motherfucking ass bullshit. What? Okay, child. Listen. We're gonna listen to a little bit more, and then I'm gonna pull a Bachelor fan take. Because my God.
Right. Unscripted for Hulu is the same as unscripted for ABC. So at the network level, they do have the information. And the other thing that's so crazy is that, as we saw in Mormon Wives, the season 3 reunion was taped during season 4, like a month before she goes on to start her season of The Bachelorette. And so, or maybe like 6 weeks. But, the first day of filming, like Taylor's already in the machine for like how many weeks, right? Like before you actually get to your first night, like you do photo shoot and pre-show press, like 1 or 2 weeks.
She was announced. They were still filming when she was announced.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, based on your experience, like night 1 with the limos, like how long have you sort of been in possession of The Bachelorette before that?
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so there was like probably a month before in between like the season 3 reunion and Taylor's time, with Warner Horizon, basically. And so they had all this information. And the end of at the reunion, one thing that's come out this week that apparently didn't make it to air, the season 3 reunion, is they talked about new allegations between Dakota and Taylor. So
they cut it out.
They cut it out of the reunion, and like the conversation was there for like fresh to again on like the network level. So one of the things that I don't buy that TMZ's been putting out this whole time is like ABC ignored like the information or whatever. It's like they didn't ignore it. They had it and they still decided to proceed anyway. So like they should have canceled it.
Well, it should have never happened.
She should have never
pivoted.
been casted. Now, I don't even think she should have ever been casted, because now seeing this video, I'm like, how the fuck did Secret Life of Mormon Wives ever happen?
Yeah.
Because it starts with this dispute.
Yeah.
And I have to imagine that they had way more information than the rest of us. Now, I will say, I think both Juliet and I were way more aware of all of Taylor's flaws compared to what Rachel is saying. Like, oh, I just heard this, and this. We have been watching since season 1. We knew who she was. We knew everything that had gone on. And even beyond this one incident, throughout the season, she has done some crazy things. So, like,
it's just a little bit of the perspective there. Shout out to the host of, let me make sure I want to get the names right here, because we always give credit to our sources here. The Bachelor Party Podcast, Spotify. So shout out to Juliet and Callie. They are the hosts along with Rachel and Lindsey. Shout out to these ladies for that. We're gonna watch Bachelor Fan Take, because Bachelor Fan Take, he's got some things to say.
So this is bad. This whole situation with Taylor Frankie Paul of Mom Talk, her being the Bachelorette, everything that's gone down on this season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, not to mention the news that's recently come out about Taylor and her baby daddy Dakota. This is just a sad, sad disaster, and it's gone too far. And look, when Taylor Frankie Paul was announced as the Bachelorette, I thought, hey, maybe this could be a shot in the arm for the franchise. I mean, something needed to be done for the Bachelor franchise to change things up. Yeah, Taylor's been hung up on her baby daddy Dakota for forever. Yeah, the season probably wouldn't end up with a true, lasting relationship. I mean, it usually doesn't anyway, but maybe there'd be buzz, and that would generate a good cast, and I told myself, who knows? Maybe
Jesse Palmer, why are you standing like that, bro? Just as a side note, but go ahead, Bachelor Fan Take. By the way, like, comment, share, and subscribe to Bachelor Fan Take, a excellent content creator.
maybe something good could come out of it, even though the back of my mind was going,
I'm an idiot!
But now, I don't even need to see the next season of The Bachelorette to know what's likely going to happen. Disaster. Why? Well, because I've seen this season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and it already is a disaster, no matter what goes on the moment Taylor steps into the Bachelor Mansion. So, okay, the only way to really get this insanity across is to recap what happened in the last few episodes of The Secret Lives Season 4, and thankfully, this is a reality TV recap channel, so that works out. Now, one, if you want to see the setup from the first 4 episodes, I have a video already on that. And 2, there's a bunch of storylines that go on this season, like Jessie wanting to maybe divorce Jordan, but she finds out their prenup could be void and she'd be owed millions if she did. Or there's Michaela's separation from her husband, or Whitney and Jen on Dancing with the Stars and their relationship that just goes to absolute pieces as they start getting eliminated from that show. Or, and trigger warning, Layla's struggle with an eating disorder after being rejected from a modeling agency while being 99 pounds and addicted to weight loss pills. But all of this is bulldozed over by Taylor Frankie Paul and Dakota, the father of her son Ever. And these two have a horrid, toxic relationship of screaming at each other and then hooking up and cheating on each other or emotionally manipulating themselves and others. And it goes from a kind of, wow, hard to turn away car crash kind of thing to just bad. And where things last left off in the lead up to Taylor going to film The Bachelorette, Taylor had brought over influencer reality TV star Harry Jowsey to make Dakota jealous, doing so under the excuse that she's just trying to learn how to be comfortable dating again to help her for The Bachelorette. And if you want to get Harry's vibe, well, here it is.
It's polygamy, but...
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Wait, who's that? Who's polygamy?
Do you know what polygamy is?
Is that a person?
So Harry comes around, and he's a bit surprised to also meet the whole Mormon Mom Talk gang, including Dakota.
this is one of my baby daddies, by the way.
Hell yeah. Fun.
He's like, what the
I have
one back in Utah as well. And then I'm going to go on The Bachelorette and probably find my third.
And it's not long before Taylor and
Going on The
Dakota just
Bachelorette
start
to find
going
your
at it
third
right in
baby
front of
daddy is
Harry, in
crazy
the
work.
arguing way, I mean, who slowly has to back away and run from the house. I mean, at one point, he's out here doing the Home Alone face. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's you.
I'm gonna cry right now.
So yes, Taylor and Dakota hate each other, which you'd think would just drive them further apart, right? Well, if you've seen the show before, you know what's more likely to happen instead, as Layla here wakes up the next morning and walks into Taylor's room and goes,
There's only one thing that's worse than seeing Dakota naked, and that's seeing Taylor right next to him.
so yeah, Taylor and Dakota slept with each other. Apparently, she saw him walk by in the same way her son ever walks and went, "Aw," and invited him in. I know. Then, to make matters worse,
I think the girls, get a little nervous that I could obviously have a potential pregnancy, but I am not a fan of birth control. I've always tracked, and I don't want something else in my body messing with my hormones.
which just might come back later in this season. So this is already bad news for The Bachelorette. I mean, imagine how any of the contestants might feel learning that the lead slept with someone they have a child with just days before going on the show. I mean, Taylor's gonna have to make an announcement about this night one and let anyone walk out the door who doesn't want to be there. Or the execs could pull her from the show, but I mean, we all know it's already finished filming and about to premiere, so I guess they don't care. And if she goes on the show and all this is not immediately made clear out of the gate, it's all gonna be documented on TV to be seen by whoever Taylor chooses anyway. So Dakota and Taylor come together in a conversation that's sort of supposed to be a we're better not together kind of thing, but it just escalates as it always does.
All I want to do is go hurt. Just listen to what hurts. The person I wanted to be with doesn't listen.
He's not you. It's just gonna be someone else, and it sucks.
If you sleep on a satin pillowcase, you deserve to know about this.
ABC, y'all thought she was actually okay to be the Bachelorette? Like, I'm sorry, like, she screwed her baby daddy days before going on national television to find love. Where they do that at? Y'all motherfucker, what is wrong with y'all? And don't worry, we got all of our other destinations, y'all. It's just, this a lot, okay?
I discovered that my satin pillowcase of all
So okay, there's then this storyline where Taylor's making connections between her dependency on Dakota and her biological dad abandoning her. Now he's already passed away, but she wants to find out more about him, and she wants her mom to come along too. But I mean, that relationship is a whole other can of worms, as Taylor and her mother fight almost as much as Taylor and Dakota.
In the 10 commandments, does it say honor your kids? No. One of the commandments is to honor your mother and father. Okay. And you're the worst at it. Today I was actually just being straight up. No, you were being a complete bitch. Nothing.
Listen, as we can clearly see, and if it can be fucked up in a black family, it can be fucked up in a white family. This don't make no damn sense at all.
Compared to the way you treat me.
So these two decide to go to therapy to work on things, and it's not really a good start when mom comes right out with,
I do have a question for you. How does a parent their adult kid and they end up doing the same thing over and over and over, but then be like, poor me, I need to go to the hospital.
But Taylor finds out her dad was abusive to her mom, and they decide to go out together to meet her dad's best friend, who Leanne, Taylor's mom, also dated at one point. So they head out to Colorado, immediately scream at each other some more, and then Taylor learns more about her dad, where the friend says after a horrible accident, he abused drugs and it all went downhill from there. But while Taylor is on this very emotionally vulnerable journey to learn more about her dad, something else is discovered. More Dakota drama, As, okay, there's this woman, Shania, who's close friends with mom talker Miranda, and Shania is not in mom talk, but she's close enough that when there's this pickleball tournament thing, she confides in Taylor about this man she's been seeing who broke up with her to go back to his wife and family. Yeah. Anyway, Jordan here, who is Jesse's husband, learns from Dakota that he's been seeing someone that he shouldn't be. Someone in Taylor's friend circle, or at least someone who's close enough to know that it's probably not a good idea to start chatting up Dakota. And, well, Jordan tells Jesse all of this because he's still trying to prove to her that he's honest, and Jesse susses out that the person is likely Shania, because of course it is. Meanwhile, Miranda is facepalming, stuck between two friends who are both gaga for Dakota.
I like it. You're even bombing the shit out of you. I never think about bombing shit out of me, though. But bombing is gross, though, if you don't like the guy.
And so, of course, eventually Taylor finds out and goes ballistic over all of mom talk, who still hadn't told her this because they were trying to decide what the best move was, especially considering Taylor's flight for the Bachelorette is something like less than a week away. So Jesse calls Taylor to do some damage control and says, "Oh, by the way, I learned something else."
He hooked up with Jenna and basically almost had sex with her a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Now, Jenna is the woman Dakota cheated on Taylor with at the beginning of season 2, so it's getting even messier.
Jenna, she tried multiple times to get me on her podcast and begging me and trying to help me, and then does that behind my back. It's disgusting, really.
Meanwhile, all of mom talk just hate Dakota because they feel like this is an isolation tactic from Dakota, where he sleeps with Taylor's friends, or that one time it was nearly Taylor's mom's friend who came to all their family gatherings in order to break up Taylor's relationships with those people to isolate her. So
Dakota might just went on MILF Manor on TLC if he wanted a MILF. And that's a mom that, I would like to blank, okay? That's what MILF stands for. You saw the thumbnail. You know my voice is dim. You know why you're here. Let's keep going. I can't.
So she'll come running back to Dakota because she's all alone. Also, all of this has the added benefit of completely sabotaging her as the Bachelorette, because Dakota is also saying stuff like this right before she's about to leave.
Yeah, he was just I feel like you just need to marry me. That's what he said.
Perfect.
I mean, Dakota was definitely apologizing for what he did with Shania, and do I believe him? No.
So, okay, it gets to the final day, the final few hours before Taylor is supposed to fly away to LA to be the Bachelorette and start filming. And guess what? There's gonna be a guy staying over that night.
Who is it? Who is it, Michael?
Dakota?
Who?
So Dakota arrives to drop off their son Ever so that Taylor and Ever can spend some time together before she goes, cause it's what, 2 months of filming where she won't be seeing him? But then Dakota enters and suddenly it's the next day. Yup, the next day he walks out of her home looking all messy and smiling. Taylor hooked up with Dakota the night before going to the Bachelorette. It won't be long from this moment where Taylor will be watching men pop out of limos. And suddenly, Taylor is saying she's sick and she can't go on the flight, and all of mom talk is waiting for her at the airport, and they try to come back to her place and drag her on to a later flight. It's a nightmare. Eventually, I don't know, someone from behind the scenes must have pulled her out of there and forced her onto a flight because she does make it to LA. And guess who's on the phone with her almost right away? Dakota, whose last message to Taylor before she films is,
"Save a rose for me, okay? Can you just admit that you still love me?"
I love you and I hate you.
So yeah, not a great situation to be in as you head into a show where people get flamed for not being there for the right reasons. And okay, the season finishes on Jesse's annual Halloween party, where Dakota is there and allegedly he says he's been told by Taylor that she hasn't had her period yet. The roller coaster never ends.
Does he need to know that?
Pregnant Bachelorette?
Then I was starting to think about how emotional kind of she's been lately.
She's been a little erratic.
Yeah, a little bit more to where I was like,
God, Dakota, this is so
and then she's
bad.
But yeah, this is the situation heading into The Bachelorette, which is airing this Sunday. And that's
is
if
not
it doesn't get canceled at this point, as there are already sponsors talking about backing out. And, you know, I'd honestly hoped that this season of Secret Lives was going to be about getting away from Dakota and maybe there'd be a triumphant readiness to actually find a partner. Instead, we got all of this, and that part of the back of my mind is still going,
I'm an idiot!
Not to mention this most recent news. It's just all too much. The upcoming season of The Bachelorette is already a disaster. I wouldn't blame you for not watching, but I'll be providing recaps for those who still want to follow what happens, and I don't know what else to say other than yikes. So that's it for this recap of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Season 4. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, Bachelor Fan Take out.
I'm an idiot!
So
this is Times Square, and this.
Shout out to Bachelor Fan Take. Now I want to bring this up because he has a podcast, I believe, with his wife. Let's take a look at this.
One, where does the franchise go from here?
Okay.
And two, where do we go from here? Which I can talk about at the end. But
Well-
like, what do we think the franchise is gonna do now? This is horrid.
I mean, they're gonna lose so much money. They'll be probably really angry. And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna pick someone really boring and have the most boring season ever after this, aren't they?
Well, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, it's better than whatever this season
Could
was.
they pull a Tasha? Could they get someone and do like a makeshift cheap version of a season
Well,
and replace? They've got airtime.
I imagine they're gonna try to scramble to make a new season or something. They're gonna I don't know what you do. I really don't. Like, how do you fit in schedules and things or whatever? You announce.
So here's the thing, right? The season premiere was supposed to be yesterday, last night, 7 Central, only on ABC, right? So basically, you would have to. My God, I feel for casting so hard right now. Casting is going through all of the people that they rejected and be like, okay, guys, listen. So, do y'all still want to do The Bachelorette? We got to do Bachelor. We got to do Bachelorette, rather. Listen, the Bachelor Mansion still being renovated through HGTV. So, we're going to tape. And what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to tape it in real time. So they might have to actually, the only thing I can think is, y'all know Big Brother, right? Which is usually in the summer on CBS, right? They may just have to do it in Big Brother style, where you're doing this live in real time, where you have 30 gentlemen pulling up in the limos live in real time, and The Bachelorette rather, is airing on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays live at 7 Central on ABC. Because there's no other way to pick up this season, right? And there are lawsuits about. We're going to get to those lawsuits and how much money ABC could be out of. But that's the only suggestion I can think as of right from this space right here and right now. Let's keep going.
Something new. What do they do? They do like a one night special on
just do
what
like
the heck happened and
grab Miranda from she's available because Secret Lives of Mormon Wives have stopped filming season 5.
Stopped filming.
Grab Miranda, bring her over there, and then just get her on Bumble, and then set up some dates. And whoever shows up, hey, you're on the show. Sign a consent form. There you go. There's your show.
That's your plan.
Yep.
Well, yeah. As I think at this point.
I'm gonna just let you know right now, that's a sloppy ass plan, and ABC will not do that. Are you kidding me? Now I get what this woman is saying, right? This is no disrespect to Chris's wife. The only reason why I say this is because let's just say that this happened with The Bachelor. They're gonna go on Hinge. Oh, this Brain Lee guy is good. Hey, bro, you want to be on TV? Yes. Okay. Now we gotta go find his type on Bumble. Talk to them. There are many months of, backroom work to make sure that the contestants are the contestants for the show. This is some. Oh my God! Hey, two people, welcome in. We're talking about the Bachelorette. Taylor, Frankie, Paul, Rachel, Lindsey has given her take, Bachelor fan take, and his wife are giving their take. And we're going to talk about the lawsuits, and then we're going to talk about how much money ABC can be losing. Then we got Debra Antey, Breonna Taylor, Zuri Dixon, Cardi B, Turkey Hill, Phil the Future, and Robert Muller. Okay, so big show. I may have to push the Married to Medicine show maybe to 8:30, but you guys are going to get that today. Believe me, I just had some adulting things to do, but let's keep going. This is wow. I can't.
Point, it needs a pause to not try to do anything.
Yeah.
And figure out its next move, and maybe we come back to something at the earliest in the fall. And see what's up, because I don't know how do you recover this? Yeah. It's a nightmare scenario. Maybe try to put together a new Bachelor try to find someone who could generate something, and in the meantime, I honestly don't know. Like, is this how does the franchise recover from this?
Well, shout out to the dog.
Is this it for the franchise?
Is this how it goes down?
Just goes down? This sounds very toxic, chaotic.
I don't think so.
But this is so messed up right now. Like, my algorithm is showing clips of it being canceled, but they still have social media posts that are out.
Yeah.
With promos for the video. It's like I'm living in two alternate worlds.
Yeah. And again, it's happening so quick and changing so fast. Who knows what the statement or what will happen or what the plan will be tomorrow. We can talk about, it's right now. It is 4:30 on the Eastern time.
The most recent thing I saw was that Dakota...
Thursday, March 19th. And if anything happens after that time, it's like we have not heard about it yet.
The last thing that I saw... The last two things I saw was that the show was canceled and that Dakota is now asking for sole custody.
Yeah, and news is gonna fly out fast.
That there's another video of the recent allegation that's about to come out.
Yeah, so we don't know that one, but I mean, just even watching the show, it's clear that their relationship was toxic, and now it's gone way over the line. It was already over the line, and now it is no longer that car crash but you can't look away kind of situation to I don't want to look.
By the way, shout out to Chris and Pay. So that's their opinion on it. Great job. Comment, share, subscribe to Bachelor Fan Take. Now let's keep going, because there is more to this. The Bachelorette collapse could spark multiple lawsuits. A viral altercation involving Taylor, Frankie, Paul triggered a chain reaction that pulled an already filmed season off the air and may now be heading to court. Yeah. So according to Deadline, the decision involved several senior executives, with Deborah O'Connell, the newly installed chairman of Disney Entertainment Television, identified as the person who made the primary call. Notably, the situation lands squarely in the middle of O'Connell's first week on the job. What a first week, right? Craig Elwich, president of Disney Television Group, and unscripted content chief Rob Mills were also involved, handling communications with Warner Horizon Unscripted Television, which is a part of Warner Bros. Discovery, by the way, everybody. Dana Walden recently elevated to president and chief creative officer of the Walt Disney Company, reportedly checked in with Mills during the week to monitor how the situation was being managed. As of now, Disney has not indicated whether the season will ever air, with executives still reportedly working through that question internally. Meanwhile, conversations are also underway about the future of the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which is also on Child, I cannot. The Hulu reality series that Paul co-stars on, which is also produced by Warner Horizon. Filming on season 5 of that show has paused amid the ongoing investigation. Lawsuits could be coming from both sides. The legal landscapes around this situation has become increasingly complicated, according to TMZ. A shout out to the 8 people here. Thank you so much for being here. 5 of the male contestants who were cast to appear alongside Paul on season 22 are considering legal action against both ABC and Warner Bros. Discovery. Now, first of all, okay. Now, when you are a contestant on reality TV, you really don't have a lot of rights, right? And if they've already promoted you, you kind of have to come in with the mindset that everything can change on a dime, right? So I don't know what these 5 are suing for. I don't know if they're suing because it's like false advertisement. Because if you're going to sue for frauding and false advertisement, that ain't gonna go too far. Because hello, the Bachelorette literally fucked her baby daddy the night before coming to y'all. Like, that ruins the show. So that ruins y'all appearance. Like, it is what it is. But let's keep going. Their alleged claim centers on the idea that producers placed them in an unsafe working environment by facilitating more intimate interactions with Paul, given her supposed prior history. Adding another layer entirely, Instagram account Des Moines has reported that Paul herself may be preparing to sue ABC and Disney. That same report includes insider claims suggesting that the season was already struggling creatively with allegations of uninteresting storylines and a lack of chemistry between Paul and male contestants. The implication from that source is that the video of Paul Morrison simply gave the video convenient defensible reason to pull a season that was not entirely confident in to begin with. So what Bachelor Nation is saying, reactions from within the franchise community has been mixed but pointed. Grant Ellis, who starred in The Bachelor season 29. Oh yeah, I remember Michelle's season. Michelle was a very good bachelorette, and they actually gave Michelle, I believe, Grant was a rejected contestant. He didn't get picked. But anyway, there was another person, Michelle. Her and her partner got like a check for like money to buy a new house, but they did buy the new house, so they had to figure out how to split the check and everything between. Who starred in The Bachelor season 29, described the situation unfortunate while also defending ABC's decision to remove the season from the schedule. He acknowledged, however, that the franchise faces a real recovery period ahead. Former Bachelorette star Rachel Lindsey went first, suggesting the show may not be able to survive this controversy that the franchise could effectively finish. Neither of those assessments carried the weight of an official announcement. ABC has yet to address the long-term future of the series publicly. Whether the show continues, whether the lawsuits materialize, and whether season 22 ever reaches audiences remains open questions, ones that could take months to fully resolve. What is clear right now is that one of reality television's most established franchises is navigating its most serious crisis in years. The decisions made in the coming weeks could determine whether it has a future at all. So we're going to go back to media takeout because Taylor Frankie Paul was on Good Morning America and has responded to all of this. Here we go.
I want to turn to our new bachelorette, the breakout star of Mom Talk and Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Taylor Frankie Paul is with us. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I want to hear all about your bachelorette journey, but first I want to give you the opportunity to respond to recent headlines about the alleged domestic violence incident with your ex-boyfriend. What do you want to share with us about this?
Honestly, it's been a heavy time to see the headlines, especially during this time of The Bachelorette being released, and it's supposed to be a really exciting time. I'm a person that will always speak my truth, and that's what I'm known for, and so when the time is right, I will be. But right now, just trying to be in the present moment and focus on this. But the thing is my kids do come first. My kids come first, and so it's been like just a back and forth process, trying to be here in the present moment, worrying about, home and headlines. It's been stressful, to be honest.
We did reach out to Dakota, and we did not, for a statement, we did not get a response from him. Now we have reports that The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives has paused production on the next season. I know there's a season on right now, and then season 5 was in production. Reports say it's paused. Is that true?
Honestly, I don't call the shots with production. So as of now, I have gotten word that it also has been paused, but I do not call those shots. So as far as I know, it was, but I don't know for how long and why.
I know you're one of the executive producers on the show.
Yeah, I got told that this year.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I didn't know. And I was like, what does that mean? I was like, I think just because we share our lives and we produce like our own, lives.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that necessarily what that means. Really.
And how do you envision your future on that show?
Hard to say now, right? Just because of everything going on. It's hard to see past this.
So, being an executive producer, when you receive that title, now sometimes it's a vanity title, just to say, hey, you do have some say so, but if you are executive producer, that means you get to decide who's on the cast, who is not. You get to know everybody's insider team. Okay, you get to suggest like how many episodes a season should be on, this, that, and the third. It depends on the show. So like, let's just say I had a dating competition, right? And I was the creator, executive producer, because I would not be the only one, but I would be an executive producer and host. I would decide, okay, where is the season going to be? Who are going to be the contestants, right? Who's going to be the bachelor, bachelorette? Like those minute details I would be in charge of, right? And then, of course, you have carte blanche with the network and access to the network. So Taylor Frankie Paul not really knowing, her team knows that she's the executive producer. Maybe she didn't know, but let's keep going.
I'm not gonna lie, in this moment, it's just so heavy. When your life is broadcasted out there in these headlines, it's like the end of the world. Right. That's what it feels like. I'm not going to lie. But I will say I've been here before and I got through it and shared my story, my light. So I'm hoping that I can do that again.
Yeah, and you're about to share your journey with all of us.
Yeah.
On The Bachelorette, your journey looking for real love. What made you decide to do that in the midst of being one of the Mormon wives? It's taking on a lot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Tell me about the decision to do it and why.
Well, for me, the girls had gotten the opportunity to do Dancing with the Stars, right?
Yeah.
And so I looked at that and I was like, well, if they can do it and they have kids and they are going out and chasing their dreams, like, why can't I? And so I was like, I want to do something that I want to do in that sense. So for me, dating as a mom of 3 is extremely difficult. So I was like, okay, so I get to go out, get away from my toxic cycle here in Utah, go date, and then also have my kids come out and visit me. That to me seemed like, why not, right? I will say, you don't realize how, like we were talking about a little bit, but just like how it can be exhausting too, but you're finding the love of your life and that's what you're striving for. So it was hard, but so fun and exciting at the same time. I'd be lying if I said it was just really easy.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't.
Well, yeah. And we have an exclusive clip we're going to show everyone right now.
Oh, okay.
How does it feel to be our new bachelorette?
It's wild and it's exciting. I'm nervous, so nervous.
What are you hoping comes of all this for you?
A better version of me, and hopefully husband, stepdad, dad, you know.
It's your time. You deserve this opportunity. Now, normally I would say the first one was about to pull up, but that's actually not going to happen. And you're going to find out why here in just a moment.
I like surprises.
Oh no! Was that a good surprise or a bad surprise?
It was a good surprise.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm used to the scary surprises, but that one was good.
Oh, good.
So.
I'm glad you got a good surprise.
Yeah. The Bachelorette had nothing but good surprises, I will say.
Oh, that's so great. Well, speaking of which, you gave us a surprise on TikTok. We saw this video where we see a man's arm. You're looking very cute there, and you seem very happy. Very perfectly shot, so we can't see a face. Is that somebody that is in your life?
Someone that's in my life, yes. Yeah, it's in my life, but can't give away too much. That would ruin the surprise, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're right about that. And you know, I guess I knew you weren't going to tell us because we love waiting. The season is about to launch. I hope that you find what you're looking for.
Lord.
Thank you. I really do. And everybody, you can watch.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
of course.
you so
It's really
much.
nice. It's nice to have you on. Thank you for coming here. Thanks for talking about everything. I know there's a lot going on.
Thank you.
And you can watch season 22 of The Bachelorette. It premieres Sunday, 8 p.m. on ABC. It streams on Hulu the next day.
Well, Lara, unfortunately, the season has been canceled, but you were doing your job as the entertainment anchor of Good Morning America. So let me see if there's anything on GMA's YouTube channel about this. Give me a moment.
Frankie Paul was just here a few days ago. Taylor Frankie Paul was just here a few days ago promoting the new season, which was supposed to premiere this coming Sunday. But this morning, after a disturbing video surfaced showing the star involved in a violent domestic altercation, ABC has made the decision to pull the season of The Bachelorette altogether. This morning, ABC pulling the new season of The Bachelorette, which was set to premiere this Sunday, starring the secret lives of Mormon wives Taylor Frankie Paul. The decision coming after new videos surfaced of a 2023 physical altercation between Paul and her now ex-boyfriend, Dakota Mortensen. The video, exclusively obtained and posted by TMZ Thursday, shows Paul grappling with Mortensen, putting him in a headlock and kicking him. Later, throwing multiple metal bar stools in his direction. TMZ pointing out where the reality star's then 5-year-old daughter was allegedly sitting just feet away. The child later heard crying, Mortensen claiming the child was hit by one of those chairs. In a statement, a spokesperson for Disney Entertainment Television, ABC's parent company, saying that, quote, in light of the newly released video just surfaced today, we have made the decision not to move forward with the new season of The Bachelorette at this time, and our focus is on supporting the family. Paul was arrested after that fight, eventually pleading guilty to aggravated assault.
At this time, you're going to be placed under arrest for DV, for domestic violence.
The fallout from that incident featured prominently in early episodes of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
We actually never broke up. We stayed in our relationship, and I think we wanted it, to be honest. It might not be the smartest decision in our situation. It wasn't.
The hit Hulu series that helped catapult Paul to fame over the course of 4 seasons, leading to her casting on The Bachelorette. But in recent days, reports surfaced of a new domestic violence investigation involving Paul and Mortensen, who share a 2-year-old son. Draper, Utah police telling People both parties were contacted in late February, later confirming to ABC News that the 2023 video posted by TMZ is not connected to the new case. Prior to the video's release to the public, Paul speaking to GMA.
It's been a heavy time. To see the headlines, especially during this time of The Bachelorette being released, and it's supposed to be really exciting. I'm a person that will always speak my truth, and that's what I'm known for, and so when the time is right, I will be.
In a new statement following Thursday's decision, a spokesperson for Paul saying, Taylor's very grateful for ABC's support as she prioritizes her family's safety and security.
adding that she is currently exploring all of her options, seeking support, and preparing to own and share her story.
And we reached out to Dakota Mortensen for a statement. As of this morning, we have not heard back.
So there's that. Thank you there, Spencer. Now let's talk about the money, because remember how I told y'all ad revenue is huge to these networks. Not to mention, too, there are brand partnerships. And this is not a little number, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Let's just say that you and I were out of maybe $100, $50. Okay. It hurts a little bit, but ain't much, right? But it's still something. This right here, it's a lot of money, okay? So here we go. Yeah, you see it right there. ABC faces massive $30 million loss after scrapping the Bachelorette season over Taylor Frankie Paul domestic violence allegations. $30 million loss. $30 million loss, okay? So here it is here. Production alone reportedly costs about $2 million per episode, with total expenses landing between $20 and $25 million. Marketing and promotional efforts push the overall investment closer to $30 million. So let's just say 13 episodes, right? 13 episodes. And then we're going to take a commercial break because, child, I need it. You need it. Give me a moment, y'all. Give me a moment. $2 million times 13. So that's $26 million if you're doing 13 episodes, right? And then you do what? 27, 28, 29, 30. That's $4 million in promotions. So yeah, $30 million loss, y'all. A lot going on. We're going to take a little bit of a commercial break, and we'll be back. I'm going to bring this virtual tour live right after this. Rolling.
Untold under moonlit skies. Braille only got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braille only's got the soul to show you. The scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braille only's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Step, a voice so clear, the pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braille only got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braille only's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced, and more. This show, this brand, and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. Full the culture, by the culture. Here we be, brilliantly bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth. We're free, trust and believe. It's entertainment, news done away with. Brilliantly, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not being seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mirar's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you, more than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers, the one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
I'm loving it. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
It was so good, I had to tell you twice. Welcome back here to Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here in the building with me. All right, y'all, we do have more Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. So we spend an hour, 34 minutes, and 54 seconds on Taylor, Frankie Paul, and the Bachelorette situation. If there's any more news, I will definitely let you guys know. But let's roll on because we do have more destinations here now. Everybody knows Debra Antey. She is the mother of Waka Flocka's. She's the mother to Waka Flocka, and she has been in the music industry for a very long time. So let's get to that news. As y'all can see from the Jasmine brand, Debra Antey seemingly responds after rumors of Nicki Minaj split surface. Music executive recently reposted a message on her Instagram story labeling the claims as fake news, though she has not issued a direct or detailed statement addressing the report. As previously reported, sources told us the split may be related to different personal political views, though that has not been confirmed. Now, Debra Antey supports the president. So does her son. Okay, so let's get that straight. So that was a fucking lie from the jump, or in the words of Wente Talk, from the beginning. Or in the words of God, in Genesis, where it all started, okay? As y'all can see, a lot of the barbs are saying, y'all just don't like this woman, this, that, and third. Nicki Minaj is a public figure, so it is what it is, okay? So y'all can miss me with that shit. That's pretty much everything you need to know about Debra Antey, child. They're going to make it do what it do, okay? So, moving on. So, Breonna Taylor, let's get to her, okay? From abcnews.com, DOJ asked judge to drop charges against two officers in Breonna Taylor case in the interest of justice. In the interest of justice, they deleted a black woman without doing proper procedure. What justice is there? The fuck wrong with you, Department of Jacked Up? The judge has struck twice with felony charges against the officers. So the Justice Department on Friday asked the court to drop charges against two former police officers accused of providing false information on a search warrant that led to the fatal 2020 police raid at the apartment of Breonna Taylor. First bringing charges against the officers in 2022, federal prosecutors alleged that Joshua Hayes and Kyle Meany provided false information on search warrant that allowed police to enter Taylor's Louisville home. They are also charged with civil rights violations. In a filing Friday, an attorney with the DOJ Civil Rights Division said those charges should be dropped and said the department has notified Taylor's family of the move. A federal judge had twice struck felony charges against the two officers, reducing them to misdemeanors. Most recently in 2025, the government undertook a further review of this matter. According to the filing, based on that review and the exercise of its discretion, the government has determined that this case should be dismissed in the interest of justice. Whether the remaining charges are ultimately dropped is up to a judge who has yet to issue a ruling. So it's up to the judge. So the government wants the charges dropped because they don't want to look like the pieces of shit racists that they are. But yet they serve a president that raped a 13-year-old girl, judged their tightness, their vagina, and their vulva, and forced them to perform fellatio on him. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying that shit. Because the DOJ, the same Department of Justice that's trying to drop these charges, were the ones to put out the Epstein files. But the president signed off on the files to be released. That's a smart fuck, said no one ever. His mother Mary should have swallowed his ass. Taylor was fatally powed in the 2020 that came as plainclothes Louisville officers were serving a warrant searching for Taylor's ex-boyfriend, who they alleged was dealing drugs, but who was not at the apartment. Officers broke down the door to Taylor's apartment, and then current boyfriend Kenneth Walker, who thought someone was breaking into the home, fired one shot with a hand, striking an officer in the leg. The other three officers returned fire, shooting 32 bullets into the apartment of former Louisville officer Brett Hankson, who was convicted of a civil rights offense in connection to Taylor's death during the raid, was sentenced to 2 years and 9 months in prison. Good. So should the other fucks. Remember that black dude that got rid of Jeffrey Dahmer? I'm not saying that should happen to the cops, but hey, it happened to Jeffrey Dahmer. Moving on. The Department of Justice's move to dismiss the remaining charges is deeply painful for Breonna Taylor's family and sends a chilling message about the value of Black lives in our country. Ben Crump and Juanita Baker, attorneys from the Taylor family, said in a statement. The attorneys added the warrant that sent officers to Breonna's door has always been at the center of this tragedy. It deserves no less than the highest level of accountability. We cannot accept a reality where a young woman can be killed in her own home and no one is held responsible under the law. That's not justice. That is injustice compounded. And I fully agree. And you know what's really sad? It's going to have to be that apparently the wife and the kids of these officers should not be home, and somebody reports them, and somebody does the same thing to them that happened to Breonna Taylor. It's going to have to take that, unfortunately. Not wishing that, obviously, but child, at this point, with what the president said, which we're going to get to at the end of this damn tour, nope. There was a whole white woman named Marina something. She's a white actress. And she said, y'all vote for this dumb shit. So y'all upset with a white female actress who got white privilege, who called y'all asses out. Some of y'all have called in the C-SPAN to say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I don't like what's happening outside. Bitches and Mitches, you voted for it. What it is, cuz. What's up with it? How you feeling? Let's roll on, because Breonna Taylor's mother talks about the call got from the DOJ. Okay, here we go. Shout out to rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years on to the next 25 here. Breonna Taylor's mother says the DOJ call was disrespectful. Federal prosecutors moved to dismiss charges against the two former Louisville officers who falsified the warrants that sent police to Taylor's apartment the night she was killed. So, hey, to the people in jail, these are the two fucks that did this to Breonna Taylor, just in case you need to know who to deal with. And listen, I'm not saying that these two should be at the house when their wife and children should be out the house. Okay, but since they want to end a black woman's life.
Hello, Moto.
Child. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like, everybody. Hi, everybody. Everybody. Can y'all hear me? Okay, there we go. Everybody is calling me. So I'm so sorry to that person that was on the phone. Okay. I have not forgotten. And yes, I do. Y'all do your taxes. Okay. But sincerely, everybody is calling me right now. Let me, can I text them? Hang on. Let me see. Hang on 1 second, y'all. I don't know why things are happening the way they are, but let me do this real quick here. Hang on. Where? Oh, there we go. Hey, so sorry. I was trying to hang up the phone. That was not to you. It was just, I'm live. So please forgive me. Much love, and I will talk to you soon. There we go. Okay. So, sorry, y'all. Now, as I was saying, so I'm not saying that their wife and kids should be out the house and somebody should report them like they falsified a warrant to go after Breonna Taylor. But I'm just saying, at this point, moving on. 6 years after Breonna Taylor was powed and deleted in her Louisville, Kentucky apartment, the federal case against the two former officers who drafted the warrant that authorized the raid may be coming to an end without a conviction. The Department of Justice filed a motion on March 20th asking federal justice to dismiss the charges against former Louisville Metro Police detectives Joshua Hayes and former Sergeant Kyle Meany. Prosecutors said that their review of the case determined that it should be dismissed in the interest of justice. A hearing is scheduled for April 3rd, and it remains unclear whether the judge will rule. It's up to the judge. So we have to hope that the judge is fair, just, and it's about the business. And personally, the DOJ should get the fuck shit that they deserve. Okay, let's get that straight. All right, here we go. The DOJ is asking for dismissal with prejudice, meaning if a judge grants the motion, the case cannot be prosecuted again. What the Warren case was actually about, Hayes and me were fairly charged in 2022 under then Attorney General Merrick Garland, who said at the time that Taylor should be alive today. The incident, the indictment rather alleged that me knew was false. Misleading, outdated information was used to obtain a search warrant for Taylor's apartment, and that James lied directly on that warrant. Both officers were fired from the department following their indictments. Neither Hayes nor me were present at the March 13th, 2020 raid itself. Taylor, a 26-year-old emergency room technician, was powed and deleted by officers who broke down her front door while serving the no-knock warrant, which was connected to a search for a former boyfriend who was no longer living there. Her boyfriend at the time fired at officers after they entered. Taylor was powed in the exchange of gunfire that followed. No drugs or cash was found inside her apartment. Federal judges had twice reduced the most serious felony charge against each officer to a misdemeanor, ruling there was no direct link established between the false information in the warrant and Taylor's death. In the August ruling district, Judge Charles Simpson III wrote that her boyfriend's decision to fire his weapon, which when the door was busted open, was was what directly set off the failed chain of events. A different Justice Department with different priorities. The motion to dismiss was filed on behalf of Assistant Attorney General Harmit Dillon and Acting Deputy Assistant Attorney General Robert Keenan. It represents the latest in a series of decisions by the 47-era DOJ that have moved away from the accountability posture of the Joe Biden administration in the Taylor case. The shift began to show clearly when the DOJ requested a one-day sentence for former officer Brett Henderson after the jury found him guilty of violating Taylor's civil rights. Henderson was later sentenced to 33 months in prison for blindly firing 10 shots into Taylor's windows during the raid, none of which struck anyone. A federal judge ordered him released pending his approval in December 2025, a move the DOJ had also support. A fourth officer, Kelly Gottlieb, pleaded guilty in 2022 to helping falsify the war affidavit. It has not yet been sentenced. The DOJ has also moved last year to drop a separate lawsuit accusing the Louisville Police Department of unconstitutional policing practices, a further signal of how department's approach to the case has changed under the current administration. Taylor's family and community responded. Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, made it clear that she was not notified in any meaningful way before the decision was made. In a public post, she described a phone call from the department informing her charges were being dropped while suggesting the agency had done right by her, calling the exchange deeply disrespectful. She said it was the first comment she had received from the DOJ since the change in administration that neither she nor her daughter had been well served. Attorneys Ben Crump and Lonita Baker, who represent Taylor's family, argue that the warrant sits at the center of everything because without officers would have never got to her door, and she does not die. They describe the move as stripping away even the modest fragments of accountability that had been won. Democrat U.S. Representative Morgan McGarvey, who represents much of Louisville, said his heart was heavy for Taylor's loved ones and called the filing a failure of justice. The NAACP's Louisville branch released a statement describing the motion as callous, disrespectful to Taylor's memory, and damaging to public trust in the legal system. Where things stand. Taylor's case became a defining symbol of the 2020 racial justice movement following weeks after the police deletion of George Floyd in Minneapolis. 6 years later, the only officer's sentenced to prison time for anything connected to her death is appealing his conviction. Of course he is, the fucking bastard of a racist that should be stomped the fuck out disrespectfully, like how Rittenhouse should be stomped out disrespectfully. Just like people are still trying to go after George Zimmerman. Yeah, when you do wrong by people, people got the right to do wrong by you. It is what it is at this point. The two officers accused of falsifying the warrant are likely to have their charges erased. The city's $12 million wrongful death settlement to Taylor's family remains the most essential consequence anyone has faced for the people who have carried her name through years of protests. Court proceedings Friday's filing landed as confirmation of what many fear. The system that they were pressing for accountability has simply decided was finished. Now, personally, to me, this is just a downright shame, a disgrace, and just a travesty all by itself. Breonna Taylor should still be here. Those two fucks that falsified the warrant and all those officers, lock them in jail, throw away the key. I don't give a fuck about their family members defending them. I don't give a fuck. I want to hear it that their fathers, they should have thought about that shit before they delete a black mother. Because I bet you this, let somebody go to their house, they would have powered off their weapon to defend themselves. Shut the fuck up. The reason why we have hell is because some of y'all allow hell. That's the damn problem around this bitch. Don't make no damn sense. Let's move on because we got to talk about ICE. What's happening at the airports, right? Let's talk about it. Once again, shout out to rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years, launching the next 25. And by the way, there were bills to fund TSA, but Republicans rejected it. Yeah. ICE at airports raises more questions than it answers. 47 ordered the deployment today of a partial D as a part of a partial DHS shutdown enters its 40th day, but senior officials are still working out how many agents were sent and where they will go. Oh my God. ICE agents are heading to American airports on Monday. Beyond that, the details remain unsettled. President 47 announced Saturday that immigration and customs enforcement officers will be deployed to airports starting Monday unless congressional Democrats agreed to fund the Department of Homeland Security by Sunday morning. The deployment was no longer conditional. White House Borders are Tom Hoffman confirmed that it was happening, describing the operation as a support measure designed to help TSA workers move security lines faster during a partial government shutdown that has now stretched out to 40 days. Basically, if you are a legal immigrant, and you are in the line, they could basically take you out of the line. They're collecting data. They're collecting touch points to do what they need to do at these airports. And the president thinks that nobody sees that shit. Let's keep going. What ICE agents will actually do once they arrive is a question that senior administration officials answer differently depending on who was asked. What Hallman said. Hallman, speaking on CNN Sunday morning, drew a firm line around what ICE would not be doing. He said he did not see ICE agents operating X-ray screening equipment, describing that function outside of their training. Instead, he outlined a support model which ICE officers would take over tasks currently held by TSA workers in non-screening areas, such as covering exit doors to prevent unauthorized entry, freeing up TSA agents to focus on checkpoint functions. By the way, TSA agents are not being paid in 40 days. Yeah. And wait till you see what else is going on with ICE, because when I saw this, I'm like, oh no, we're going to report on this. Let's keep going. He acknowledged the plan was still being finalized in consultation with acting ICE Director Todd Lyons and acting TSA Administrator Hy Nugent McNeil. A complete plan, he said, will be in place by the end of Sunday. It is now Monday. His view was that deployment should prioritize airports with the longest wait times, particularly those where lines have reached 3 hours. 3 hours. 3 hours. ICE agents already present at many airports for criminal investigation purposes, Hoffman noted. The Monday deployment will be a surge of existing presence, not entirely new operation, where officials disagree. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy offered a broader description of ICE's role, suggesting agents could assist with security screening operations because they... Oh my God... operates similar equipment at the southern border. That characterization directly conflicted with Hoffman's account, which explicitly ruled out ICE involvement in screening functions. The Hill reached out to the White House, TSA, ICE, and the Transportation Department for clarification on which version was accurate. No unified response has been provided before publication. What triggered the deployment, the DHS partial shutdown, began February 14th on Valentine's Day after congressional Democrats declined to fund the agency, seeking reforms at ICE following a crackdown in Minnesota that resulted in the failed powings of 2 American citizens, 3 with an off-duty one powing somebody as well by federal agents. Democrats have called for better identification requirements for federal law enforcement officers, a new code of conduct, and a greater use of judicial warrants before arrest. 47 Saturday night framed the deployment partially as an immigration enforcement action, described by ICE agents as prepared to arrest undocumented immigrants encountered at airports. He specifically referenced Somali nationals in the United States without legal status. Wait till we get to the end of the show, because I'm going to say what needs to be said, and I don't want to hear it from nobody. I fucking do not want to hear it from anybody when we get to the end of the show. Today, Hoffman was presenting the operation in narrow terms, describing it primarily as a TSA support measure rather than an enforcement surge. More than 400 TSA officers have been have resigned since the shutdown began. All-out rates at major airports have climbed sharply, with Houston Lobby Airport recording a 51.5% call-out rate on a single day last week. TSA workers missed their first full paycheck last week after receiving only partial pay the week before. Philadelphia International Airport and Houston's George Bush Intercontinental have both closed security checkpoints because of staff shortages. The political response, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries pushed back on the deployment sharply, warning that sending untrained ICE agents to airports pose risk to the traveling public. He referenced the Minneapolis poundings directly in his criticism. Senate Majority Leader Jonathan Thune urged the bipartisan group bill still in negotiations with the White House to reach a resolution, quickly warned that conditions at airports will continue to deteriorate without a deal. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer described the recent talks as productive, and bipartisan senators met with White House officials for a third consecutive day Saturday. No agreement has been made as of today. Deployment is scheduled to begin Monday regardless. So that's where we are. And I just want to say to everybody who voted for this dumb fuck, his administration, this is what the fuck y'all deserve. Not everybody else, what y'all deserve. This is what his supporters deserve. I'm going to leave the children out of it because the children not asked to be raised by bitches and mitches who are wastes of life, who don't give a fuck about their children. Okay? All right. Okay. Vote for the president. That should tell you everything you need to know, right? Let's roll on. And guess what? Her supporters, they also support the president. I mean, what? Birds of a feather don't flock together. Let's roll on. Don't at me. Don't at me. We have a person in the White House that did this, that, and the third. And then Tasha K said that Cardi B and her child had a STD, and both of them are trying to avoid responsibility. Get the fuck out my face, okay? Tasha K is the black female version of the president of the United States. Y'all can fight me on that, but you can't, you won't, and you never fucking will. Let's roll on, because this is a part of the ICE story here. Give me a moment. So shout out to Lena Nalha. I saw this on Facebook. Trafficking is the largest and worst industry in the world. It has no boundaries, no color, pure evil. Same with rape mentioned here. Some are corrupt and others are sick, with the sick emoji. Pray for change. This is the age of time, and all darkness is finally being brought to light. That is the only good we can take from some of this, and that it will not continue. At least this administration or whatever did not allow it to continue working in this field. Hopefully they don't see daylight either. Don't y'all see this? Shout out to Occupied Democrats. This came out January 26th. Breaking, a new report reveals that 30 plus ICE and Border Patrol goons have been accused of rape and child sex trafficking. I'm going to say that two more times. New report reveals that 30 plus ICE and Border Patrol goons have been accused of rape and child sex trafficking. New report reveals that 30 plus ICE and Border Patrol goons have been accused of rape and child sex trafficking. The 47th administration wants Americans to believe ICE and Border Patrol are the good guys. The new report shares that lie violently. According to advocacy groups, Ohio Immigrant Alliance and the Pacific Anti-Fascist Collective, at least 30 current and former immigration agents have been charged with or convicted of violent crimes, and the details are stomach-turning. All but one was charged with sex offenses. 2/3 committed sex crimes against children. 2/3 commit sexual crimes against children. 2 motherfucking ass thirds commit sex crimes against children. But we won't give a fuck about Carissa Shields. And by the way, I just want to say this to all the women that are talking about Carissa Shields. You know she could come find y'all and whoop y'all ass, right? and still be okay. Y'all do realize that, right? Right? It's amazing. Y'all go from one person and being one trick pony talking about that person, but now you're talking about Carissa Shields. I don't get it. Are y'all not individuals yourself? Can you not stand for who you are? Or you gotta be under somebody or to be known as somebody. I don't get it. And by the way, that's not everybody. If I ain't talking to you, I ain't talking to you. By the way, shout out to Drop the T. Drop the T posted a Instagram story. Child, you say you 52, but you really 32. Happy birthday, gorgeous. Love you, love you, love you. Value. Appreciate you. But seriously, though, really? Are y'all not seeing what this says? 2/3 of ICE and Border Patrol agents have committed sexual crimes against children. I guess that's not important, though. But God forbid if it was your children or your grandchildren. Then you want to give a fuck. Let's keep going here. We'll pause for a second to let your brain explode. The list spans ICE and Custom and Border Patrol protection. The alleged crimes read like a horror. Dossier: child sex trafficking, PAL, point, sexual assault, rape, torture, kidnapping, sexual abuse of minors, robbery, and production of child sexual abuse materials. These aren't bad apples. This is a pattern that proves how utterly deficient the vetting process for hiring agents across DHS has become. This behavior is a part of the organizational culture, the report states, and the cases back it up. One example: Brian Polakos, an off-duty ICE agent who palled and deleted Keith Porter Jr., despite a documented history of child abuse, racism, and violent outbursts. Pakalos remains free, uncharged, and employed by ICE. A court barred him from contact with children after testimony that he beat his own sons. A court barred him from contact with children after testimony that he beat his own sons. A court barred him from contact with children after testimony that he beat his own sons. Still, DHS looked the other way. Another name: John Daly III, the so-called East Valley serial rapist. A Border Patrol agent arrested 22 years after his first no offense. Others allegedly used the federal authority to extort sex from women who fear deportation or to terrorize family members. This is a real problem with gender-based violence by ICE agents, and the agency is not taking it seriously, says Lynn Tremonti, executive director of the Ohio Immigrant Alliance. Congress must stop giving ICE and Border Patrol a blank check to commit crimes against the public. In the time it cannot be worse. 47's immigration regime. The report lands as Democrats threaten a partial government shutdown over ICE funding following the killing of Alex Pretty, a 37-year-old ICU nurse palled by federal agent in Minneapolis. His death is reportedly 11 such killings since 47 took office. Advocates warn that the danger is spreading as ICE agents increasingly operate masked. In plain clothes, using unmarked vehicles. Predators are copying them. So-called ICE impersonators are now allegedly kidnapping and raping women, who can't tell the difference. Women know what this looks like. Astronauts, but we saw people who claim to be the good guys using the tactics and tools of the criminals women were trained to watch out for since childhood. This list is only the tip of the iceberg. The real scandal isn't just who committed the crimes, it's who protected them. Please like and share and write your congressperson to tell them to cut funding for the DHI, for the DHS monsters. So that's happening with ICE. In case you didn't know. Trigger warning. Because if you thought that was bad, it is. Wait till you listen to this.
This is David Corvell. He's an ICE agent, in Louisiana. David Corvell just pled guilty to raping a Nicaraguan inmate.
Yes.
For months. Months. And he got her to stay quiet by letting her see pictures of her daughter. Pictures. He would bring her extra food and things like that, and then he hired some other ICE agents, paid them to keep lookout while he raped her in a closet at the ICE detention facility in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Tell us again how this is all normal. The problem here is not just that he raped her for months, but that this is probably happening in other locations and with other agents because they feel like they can get away with it. And I'm absolutely surprised that he's actually being held accountable. I'm sure it's just a matter of time before the rapist in chief hands down a pardon for this pig.
Shout out to Just Talk Dad Jeans for that. You heard that correctly. You heard that correctly. You heard that correctly. That white cracker raped a Nicaraguan immigrant just so that person, that Nicaraguan immigrant woman, could see pictures of her fucking daughter. But y'all want to focus on Carissa Shields and shit. But God forbid if one of your children get raped by an ICE agent. God forbid if one of your grandchildren get raped by an ICE agent. But oh no, that don't matter, y'all. You know what? We can just do this. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. And you're not going to do shit. Because guess what? It takes a racist to know a racist. So obviously, this person in the chat doesn't care about women, doesn't care about children, doesn't care about good men. So this person is a waste of life that should have been swallowed by their mother. Okay, so let's get that straight. So I'm not going to show them on the screen because they don't deserve it. Obviously, if you don't care about life, then that's on you. But I'm not going to subject myself and degrade myself so that way you can make it do what it do. So give me a moment. Because I'm not doing this shit today. No, I'm not. And what we're going to do is that, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, so you've been handled. It's been handled, y'all. I'm not going to deal with trolls that nobody wanted to cut the umbilical cord and they AB'd them. So that person in the chat should have been AB'd permanently. Whoever has to deal with that, I am so sorry that you got to deal with that waste of life. And please disrespectfully stomp them the fuck out mentally out of your life. That's disgusting behavior. Moving on. I'm not doing it. No, not doing it. Moving on, y'all. This next destination is going to piss y'all off too. Like I said, we have to talk about these things, and I do not mind saying what needs to be said at all. Let's go to our next destination. Y'all see that, right? Y'all see that, right? Y'all see that, right? From blacknews.com, 4-year-old black girl dies of stabbing during domestic dispute. Her dad arrested. 4-year-old black girl dies of stabbing during domestic dispute. Her dad arrested. 4-year-old black girl dies of stabbing during domestic dispute. Her dad arrested. Let's get into it. Zuri Dixon, a 4-year-old African-American girl from Atlanta, Georgia, has sadly died after being stabbed during a domestic dispute at an apartment complex. Rashad Dixon, 34, has been arrested and charged in connection with her death. According to Fox 5 News, Atlanta police said officers responded late Saturday night to a report of a fight at an apartment on Alton Court Southwest. When they arrived, they had found the door locked and had to enter through a window. They saw a man holding the injured child. Officers used de-escalation tactics to separate the child from the man. Next to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Hughes Spalding Hospital. Despite their efforts, she later died from multiple lacerations. Authorities confirmed the suspect is Zuri's father. He faces several charges, including murder, aggravated assault, cruelty to children, possession of a knife during a felony, and false imprisonment. Dixon was taken into custody and treated for injuries sustained during the incident. Neighbors described the scene as shocking and heartbreaking. Some recalled hearing a commotion and a child screaming before police arrived. Others said that they knew Zuri's mother from previous experiences with domestic violence. I was very heartbroken. A neighbor said, I feel like once you put your hands on a child, that's the lowest of the low, especially a child that's been asked to be in the world. GoFundMe page was created to support the family, the unexpected cost of the funeral and memorial services. So it has so far nearly raised $8,000. Investigators are still working to clarify the events that led to the stabbing. Authorities have not released the official cause of death or the full details of the family circumstances. I wish Dexter was real sometimes. So let me just say this too. Rashad Dixon, I hope you get stomped the fuck out in jail, you piece of shit bastard. To stab a fucking 4-year-old. Bruh, what is wrong with you? Listen, there's a statement that I say called family is police. And believe me, you family needs to be police on that ass. And what the police need to do is let the family do what needs to be done. You went after a 4-year-old child. Oh, your life is over, son, and deserves to be. That 4-year-old girl should still be here. And this is why I get pissed off the way I do. Because it's just like, really, are we really that big to only talk about celebrity stuff? And I know the world is fucked up right now. I know we need to escape. But good damn. We're more concerned about who Portia Williams is in the cooch of than a 4-year-old that got stabbed in a domestic violence dispute. What the fuck? We got ICE agents raping women and children. We got ICE agents at airports across the country right now because they don't want to take responsibility for what they've done to immigrants. And I bet you this, we would rather want the illegal immigrants who have been working hard, who have been paying their dues, who do mind their business, than the fucking piece of white cracker shit that's in the White House right now, his fucking administration and his damn supporters. Fight me on that. Everybody said not to vote for this fuck, but no, everybody else wanted to fuck around and find out. And now on top of that, we got a 4-year-old who's no longer here. But y'all want to concern yourself with Calista Shields. That's what y'all want to do. Okay, got it. And then I got a waste of a life who should be swallowed and handled disrespectfully in every way, who was in my fucking chat. And motherfucker, I was born in Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm a U.S. citizen, you dumb fuck. Just stupid. You got 8 subscribers and no views, son. Child. Moving on. Rashad Dixon, I hope you get stomped the fuck out in jail because you deserve to. You did that to a 4-year-old. Your life deserves to be over. And I don't say that a lot, but bro, I can't. I can't. Let's move on, Cardi B, y'all. So listen, as y'all know, Cardi B is selling out around the country, around the world. She's able to recognize others. Nobody wants to recognize Milagro Gramz, who's a darker skinned version of L'Oreal and a younger version of Thirsty Toxicity. Her new hair care line, Good Grow or Good Growth, what have you, is out. Now, Cardi B has teamed up with Yahoo! Let's keep going.
What am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? Patience, I'm forgetting something important and I'm panicking.
Did you remember to approve the wardrobe?
Yaga? No, that's not it. Let me consult my memory. We need some spaghetti. What am I forgetting? What am I forgetting?
Asking events in your inbox and brings them all.
Patience, I'm forgetting.
Asking events in your. Are you good?
Something important and I'm panicking.
Did you remember to approve the wardrobe?
Yaga? No, that's not it. Let me consult my memory. We need some spaghetti. What am I forgetting?
Oh, fuck.
Bomb C. Fear of missing something important.
Now, please, I got you. Use Yahoo Mail. The new planner feature finds important tasks. Are you good?
Bomb C. Fear of missing something important.
Now, please, I got you. Use Yahoo Mail. The new planner.
Laugh at my haters today at 11 a.m. Y'all see this? I ain't mad at you, Cardi B. I ain't mad at you at all.
Planner feature finds important tasks and events in your inbox and brings them all together. That way, nothing gets missed and everything stays organized.
I almost forgot. I was planning to laugh at all my haters,
and that is so important.
Yahoo!
Very well done. Very well done. Very motherfucking well done, Cardi B. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. That's why I put, ooh. You know how Cardi B say, gotta deal with me. Okay, listen. But I thought that was so cool. Shout out to Cardi B and Yahoo for making it do what it do there. Let's get into it. So this is all a part of Yahoo Mail's latest campaign, titled Cardi Be Busy, which highlights a common struggle with email overload. The campaign leans into the idea that even Cardi B can feel overwhelmed when it comes to managing her inbox. At the center of the rollout is Yahoo Mail's new planner feature, an AI-powered tool designed to help users stay organized. The feature aims to transform email into what is described as a personal productivity hub. The campaign frames inbox anxiety as a universal issue, positioning Cardi B as someone who, despite her larger-than-life persona, still deals with same digital stress as everyday users. Yahoo Mail introduces Planner as a solution, a tool meant to streamline schedules and bring order to cluttered inboxes. As the campaign puts it, even Cardi B gets overwhelmed by her inbox. Listen, I ain't mad at Yahoo. The fact that y'all were able to get Cardi B, listen, I can see Cardi B in that. Yahoo being rebirthed. Well done. Well done. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Lil John. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's roll on. Okay. So some good news from my state. Now I had to go off on the governor that nobody asked for. Okay. I didn't like doing that, but listen, her daughter said one day, Mama, you can be pretty. I didn't say that. Okay, her daughter said that. All right, but here's some good news. Shout out to Ready to Drink magazine for this. Let's get into it. Scarlet Letter and Turkey Hill launch new hard tea and hard lemonade line. What's going on? Hey, listen. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. I'm Black Democrat for life. YouTube is always up to something. I swear to God, I had a waste of a life who believes that I was doing this, that, the third. It's just like, child, I'm sorry if nobody stands up for you. I'm sorry if nobody gives a fuck about you. I'm sorry that you were bullied, but you probably deserve to be bullied because you were a bully. Okay? That's not to you, Black Democrat for life. That's to that waste of a piece of shit bastard. Okay? That should have been disrespectfully handled since, not gonna say birth, probably since the age of maybe 10 years old. I'm gonna be generous. But anyway, moving on. From Springdale, Arkansas, Scarlet Letter, Arkansas's largest craft producer alcoholic beverages, today announced an expanded strategic partnership with Turkey Hill Dairy, one of America's most recognized dairy and beverage brands, to develop and launch a line of premium hard beverages inspired by Turkey Hill's iconic tea and lemonade offerings. The collaboration will bring three new products to market: hard tea, zero sugar hard tea, and zero sugar hard lemonade. Would it be four? Because that should be hard tea, zero sugar hard tea, and zero sugar hard lemonade, and hard lemonade, but that's just me. Found in Corniska, Pennsylvania in 1931, Turkey Hill Dairy has grown from a humble farm operation to one of America's most recognized beverage and dairy brands, best known for its flagship teas and lemonades. Turkey Hill has built a devoted following through its commitment to approachable, refreshing flavors that have stood the test of time. Following a highly successful soft launch in Eastern Pennsylvania during the summer of 2025, Turkey Hard will expand this spring across the entire state of Pennsylvania and into Connecticut. The expanded partnership will debut with 3 12-pack varieties offered across both markets. The hard tea variety pack features original lemon, peach, and raspberry. For those who get a lighter option, zero sugar hard tea variety pack includes lemon, green tea, and orange. Rounding out the lineup, the zero sugar hard lemonade variety pack features original mango and strawberry, delivering a bold, fruit-forward take on a classic refreshment with zero sugar. I am honored to partner with such iconic brands, Turkey Hill, said Jesse Core, CEO of Scarlet Letter. We have created delicious hard beverage versions that we believe Turkey Hill consumers will love. With our IP production capabilities and distribution partnerships, we believe Turkey Hill hard beverages have tremendous potential to reach more consumers while staying true to what made the brand special. Turkey Hill's beloved tea and lemonade flavors are now entering the fast-growing ready-to-drink beverage category, says Mark Calhoun, head of new business development for Turkey Hill Hard. This partnership allows us to introduce consumers to a new way to enjoy the great taste they know and love for Turkey Hill. The spring launch in Pennsylvania and Connecticut marks only the beginning of Scarlet Letter and Turkey Hill's shared ambitions. The partnership is committed to expanding the Turkey Hill hard beverages lineup into the markets across the Northeast, with plans to bring these products to more consumers in the months and years ahead. About Scarlet Letter Beverage. Scarlet Letter is Arkansas's largest craft producer of alcohol beverages. Based in Springdale, Arkansas, the company grows a growing portfolio of beverages, including hard seltzers, hard teas, hard lemonades, craft beer, and other ready-to-drink products distributed throughout Arkansas and neighboring markets. And then about Turkey Hill Dairy. Turkey Hill Dairy is a nationally recognized beverage and dairy brand known for its beloved iced teas, lemonades, and ice creams. With a heritage rooted in quality and a loyal consumer following, Turkey Hill continues to deliver trusted refreshment to consumers across the country. So congratulations to Springdale, Arkansas. That's some good news from my state. See, for all the bad, there is good too. All right, y'all. Now, there was a show on Disney Channel called Phil of the Future. I absolutely love this show. And it was mind-blowing to see this article from Deadline.com. So let's go to that right now. Hey, Phil. Good to see you, my friend. I had an idiot earlier. I had to send them to the pit of hell, but also, too, I handled them. Mm-hmm. Give me one moment, y'all. Give me one moment. I'm Phil, the president, though. Very well done. Give me one moment, man. Give me one moment, y'all. Give me one moment, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm just doing a little bit of work. Give me a moment. Sorry, everybody. I just had some business to take care of. Let's get to this. Ralph Altman will, of course, say yes to a Phil the Future revival. Here we go. After 20 years, Ralph Altman is open to traveling back in time to the Disney Channel show that launched his career. The Phil the Future actor says he's a big fan of what we did, the sitcom that ran from 2004 to 2006 about a futuristic family from the year 2021. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. Time Machine breaks down in present-day suburban California while on time travel vacation. I do not have the answer, he told people, of potential revival. If they came calling, of course, I would say yes. Have a lot of love for Phil the Future crew and cast. I still keep in touch and contact with Ali Michaela and Amy Bruckner and the whole gang. I'm a big fan of what we did. Just thinking out loud, as to come to think of it, if I think they never did go back to 2021. No, I don't think they did. Not that I know of. Ullman added, if there was ever a time to revisit, of course, but we're so proud of the show that we made and that people are still talking about today. It's a gift. Created by Douglas Tuber and Tim Mao, Phil the Future also starred Ali Mashaka with Brenda Song, Evan Peters, and Kay Panabaker in recurring roles. Back in 2017, Michaela said potentially reunite with her co-stars. I mean, sure, I guess reunions are a big thing now. I wouldn't be opposed to it. It's a funny idea. I have no idea what they're necessarily do with the timeline, but yeah, sure. So there was one comment. I love this show and still think about it, so I would love to see where all the characters are at now. I agree with you, Tim. I think it'll be a wonderful, wonderful idea to see where they are at now. And my God, they have a lot of material. They have a lot of loose ends. So I believe that they do it right. They can definitely make it happen. Although Disney first needs to respect Hilary Duff and allow Lizzie McGuire to grow the fuck up. But of course, the dad of Lizzie McGuire passed away. So now it's harder to make it do what it do. Although you could bring back Lizzie McGuire of her dad passed away, how you deal with grief and everything else. And then Lizzie growing up after her dad being gone. So, but respect the classics, Disney. That's why you are where you are. All right. Now, finally, y'all, I'm going to have to do this story because I'm just like, I know somebody did not wake up and think he was important. Yeah, y'all see that, right? 47 celebrates death of former FBI Director Robert Muller. I'm glad he's dead. That's what he said. I'm glad he's dead. I'm glad he's dead. I'm glad he's dead. That's what the president of the United States said. Let's get into it. Shortly after the Associated Press reported the death of former FBI Director Robert Muller, President 47 took to Truth Social to celebrate his passing. Robert Muller just died. 47 wrote, "Good, I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people." President 47. Muller's family confirmed his death in a statement to the Associated Press on Saturday, writing, "With deep sadness, we are sharing the news that Bob passed away." His family adds that their privacy be respected. Muller was 81 years old. In a 2025 sit-down with the New York Times, Muller's family revealed that he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2021, and he was experiencing issues with speaking and mobility. Bob was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in the summer of 2021. His family said he retired from the practice of law at the end of that year. He taught his law school alma mater during the fall of both 2021 and 2022, and he retired at the end of 2022. 47's clash with Mueller began in 2017 when Mueller was appointed special counsel for the Justice Department's investigation into Russian interference in the 47 2016 presidential campaign. The probe lasted until March of 2019. Mueller conducted that there wasn't sufficient evidence to prove that the 47 campaign colluded with the Russian government to sway the election. After he was nominated by President George Bush, Mueller began his 12-year career as an FBI director just 1 week before the September 11th, the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Born in Manhattan in 1944, Mueller graduated from Princeton, earned a master's degree in international relations from New York University. Then he joined the Marines and served 3 years in Vietnam. During his service, he was awarded a Bronze Star and the Purple Heart. First of all, rest in peace, Rob Mueller, and shout out to his family and friends. And to the President of the United States, let me just say this to you. Are you crazy? I mean, we all know you are, but to say that you thank God someone is dead is beyond the pale. I mean, you already made the Obamas look like monkeys, apes, gorillas, what have you, right? Anybody who does not agree with you or suck your schlong like Nicki Minaj is doing, being the prostitute of MAGA, she's being the house Negro. Okay. So is Amber Rose. Okay. Unless people agree with you, you give two fucks. And you don't get to pick and choose when you want to give a fuck and when you don't want to give a fuck. Do you not think that when you pass away, people won't be doing a victory parade on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? Now, I was trying not to go here, but to say that you're thankful someone is dead, people will be saying that about you. People will be saying that about you. People will be saying that about you. That was fucking sick. Fucking sick. Fucking sick. Fucking sick. I hope Melania's fucking a Secret Service agent right now. I hope she's been fucking him behind Joe back for all 8 years. I hope she's done it. And you wonder why you get the hell that you get. This is coming from the same motherfucker that the allegations of raping E.G. Carroll in a dressing room in New York was substantially true. A U.S. federal court judge said that, and ABC News should not have had to pay the president that money. This same dude paid a porn star to have intercourse with him and spank him. This is the same dude that was found guilty in court of law, can't serve on a board in New York for 3 years. And his debt got canceled before going to the office. Y'all know he bought stock into Netflix, right? Before the Netflix deal went down and everything. He's still making money as the president of the United States. He said, he renamed the Kennedy Center after himself. Said it was shit. And then is going to shut it down for renovations and move it to a different venue. Didn't care about Puerto Rico. Shall I continue to say that he's grateful that somebody's dead? Do we not all remember Charlie Kirk and how the press asked him, "How do you feel about your friend passing away?" Well, listen, it's very sad, but we got this new ballroom. It looks fabulous. That's what he said about his friend. The energy you give is the energy you'll receive. And by the way, you're going to be 81 years old at the White House at a UFC fight. But yet you're the healthiest president of all time, but blood can't flow up to your heart and your leg can be amputated at any time, but yet you're the healthiest president of all time. And you said you grateful that he's dead. I just want to say to his family, when he passes away, to Don Jr. and Eric, y'all better not say shit. Because people are waiting for your dad to die. Believe that. Because what he did with this, it opened up the floodgates for everybody to say that about your dad. Child, I can't. Should have just at least kept it short by saying Muller was misguided versus dancing on a grave, but I'm not writing the message. Thank you, Phil, for at least having decency. Because when Charlie Kirk passed away, I played a black bishop that said, I'm sorry that he passed away, but his behavior does not diminish his work. Hey, Blue Devil babe, good to see you, gorgeous. Long time no see. Good to see you. Listen, I know my people, okay? Thank you so much. And y'all, I just want to say this. Listen, I'm always going to stand up for what is right. Because y'all know my 3 rules. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Do what you say you're going to do. If you don't have the best resources to give, doesn't mean what you have to give does not mean anything to anybody. I've always stood on that. I cannot, I can't, I won't, I never will, in the words of Mr. 305, Mr. Dolly, Mr. Pitbull himself, be moved because other people are broken. That's not my problem. I'm not your punching bag, and I'm not your assignment to fix yourself because nobody want to give a fuck about you. I'm not talking about the Blue Devil babe. I'm not talking about the film. I'm talking to that piece of shit bastard that should have been swallowed by his mama, but because he wasn't swallowed by his mother, he should be stumped the fuck out. But most of all, this is the problem. That person earlier only has 8 subscribers. I got 3,404 subscribers and made to 1 million views because of who I am. Not because I'm connected to a person, place, thing, idea, concept, but because of who Braylon Lee is. I did say this was going to prove who's a real content creator, who's not a real content creator, but oh no, nobody wanted to listen. Child, listen. Someone on TikTok said he's passing everything but a what? Listen, the president opened up the floodgates for everybody to say this shit about. Now, listen, I don't want to hear it. I'm not wishing this on the president, but he said he's grateful that Robert Muller is dead. So now everybody get to say they can't wait until the president is dead. Don't get upset about the energy you give. Don't do that. By the way, Blue Devil babe, you are more than welcome to come back anytime. It is really, truly, my heart is warm, fulfilled, and joyful that you're here. It's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you. Child, I started late because I had to get some groceries. I was doing some adult activities and everything in between. But my Lord Jesus, here we are at 3:25 in the afternoon. I just saw an article that's giving some updates, about the world of ABC. So let's get to that real quick here. Give me a moment. So Disney mulls next steps as Bachelorette and Mormon Wives reality drama rumbles on. The future of two of the biggest unscripted shows on television hangs in the balance as the Taylor Frankie Paul contrips continues. ABC on Thursday pulled season 22 of The Bachelorette days before its premiere after video emerged that Paul attacking her on again and off again partner Dakota Morrison and injuring her child in the process. By the way, I found this out this morning through Bachelor Fan Take that the day before she was supposed to be the Bachelorette, she screwed Dakota Morrison. Now, let a black woman have done that. Oh, she would have been called everything but a child of God. Let's keep it going. The Disney-owned broadcaster is now figuring out whether it will ever air the Paul-fronted season of the long-running dating show, or whether the pause has any longer-term implications for the Warner Horizon-produced franchise, and if and when it will restart production on season 5 of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Season 6 has already been greenlit, and how to help Paul and Morrison over the next few weeks and months. These are some of the questions that would have filled the Disney War Room yesterday, as it put out a statement saying it would not move forward with the upcoming season of The Bachelorette at this time, and that its focus was on supporting the family. The premiere episode had been scheduled for Sunday night, so it was supposed to premiere last night, 8/7 Central on ABC. It's been a particularly tough, rather. I was about to say rough, but it has been rough and tough. 12 months for the Bachelor franchise, which paused last year's The Bachelorette and saw 2 of its top showrunners leave after a major production cold. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which is produced by Jeff Jenkins Production, has also seen its fair share of drama over the last 2 years, while becoming one of Hulu's top reality titles alongside the Kardashians. Deadline understands that a number of Disney executives have been involved in mitigating the crises following the release of the Paul Morrison tape. The decision to pull The Bachelorette is believed to have also been made by Deborah O'Connell, who is in her first week as chairman of Disney Entertainment Television, Craig Elwich, president of Disney Television Group, and was involved in calls with the team at Warner Horizon alongside unscripted chief Rob Mills. Deadline here's that Dana Walden, recently promoted to president and chief creative officer at the Walt Disney Company, called Mills on Thursday night to check in. Mills was one of the 3 Disney executives on a Zoom call with the cast and producers of Mormon Wives earlier this month, according to NBC News, which obtained leaked audio of the call. On the call, the wives, Jen Affleck, Jesse Draper, Miranda Hope, Whitney Levitt, Michaela Matthews, Michael Neely, and Layla Taylor, who voiced concerns over the show's brand, its future, and the allegations involving Paul and Morrison. Draper, one of the main stars of the show over the last 2 seasons, whose husband, Jordan King, just filed for divorce, is her asking Mills if he was aware she hurt a child. One cast member said was concerned that Disney did not want to know the details of the video that later emerged that showed Paul throwing metal stools at Morrison. This is not me putting my head in the sand, but it's not me. I don't want to inquire because I don't know what that does, Mills reportedly said. Disney insiders described the call as a well-being check, rather. After production on season 5 had been suspended, it came after Jeff Jenkins hired an external law firm to oversee a workplace safety investigation. Mills was clearly being careful with his words in the call, with sources saying that he did not want to get ahead of both the police investigation going on, the law firm investigation. Shout out to the 4 people that were here. Mills has been with Disney for 23 years and has dealt with many controversies around The Bachelor over the years, as well as overseeing some of its most successful franchises, including Dancing with the Stars, which last season had its most watched run in 10 years in American Idol, which opened in January with its biggest premiere episode in 4 years. He stressed that Disney is never going to hide anything that is wrong for the sake of business and encouraged cast members to speak out about their concerns. The Mormon Wives, who are now executive producers on the show, were clearly worried about their own futures. They also reportedly expressed concern that Paul was paid more than them, which Mills denied. Could that show return with or without Paul? Season 5 would certainly attract some eyeballs if they resume filming and address the situation on March 7th. Mills sounded confident that it could. I want this to continue. I want everyone to continue really being successful, both with the show and beyond it, he said. But I think really just navigating through this thing, taking care of each other is the most important thing right now. The company also stressed that needed to support the family amid the drama and investigations. Deadline stands that Paul has hired Matthew Kirsick, a crisis management publicist who runs Hickett Strategies. A spokesperson for Paul says she was very grateful for ABC support as she prioritizes her family's safety and security. So that's the latest on that. And now we're going to get to our positive news story of the day. Well, I got two of them for you, actually. Give me a moment here, y'all. So right here for me at takeout.com, Kid Mero files back after DJ PDF Academics DEI hire comments. DJ PDF Academics the Kid have reunited their beef after AC or PDF called the Hot 97 radio host a DEI hire while speaking on the Ebro Darden's recent firing. The tension began after PDF Academics criticized Ebro Darden live stream, but shifting his focus on Merrill, who recently joined Hot 97. You guys did look at your job, but they hired someone who, of course, PDF Academics said, adding the new radio host is absolutely atrocious. Now, here's the thing, right? Hot 97 is still known, right? I think radio is shifting. Remember when I pitched to y'all that iHeartMedia could, do a new radio format talking about entertainment, pop culture. It will be talk radio for the culture, right? I still believe that can happen, and they have launched TikTok Radio. Here's the thing. What PDF Academics have been a DI hire on Everyday Struggle, because besides Everyday Struggle, where else is PDF Academics at? Nobody references him in any article. This is the same dude that talked greasy to a 15-year-old in a Discord call. This is the same one that got his ass mollywopped and then tried to go after R saying, it's on and popping. This is the same one that got afraid of Saucy Santana. You won't call somebody DI hire. Deuce and Mero was a bigger platform than PDF Academics. Bruh. And then Poetic Flacco. Like, Poetic Flacco, he's not a bad content creator, but dude, he is a PDF Academics apologist. And he was like, I would be pissed off if you had PDF Academics and you could have hired him at Hot 97. Hot 97 would not have dealt with a PDF file, Poetic Flacco. I'm just going to let you know that right now. Now, you may deal with a PDF file on your platform, but bruh, most of society will not deal with that, okay? So stop that shit. Not him, Poetic Flacco, but bruh, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? And then Poetic Flacco said that Merrill could do something else, but not Hot 97. You think they gonna give you a call? Child, I did over 500 hours of live radio. The fuck wrong with you? Just because you have a microphone doesn't mean you put anything important into the mic. Okay, let's keep going. He continued, I think he's going to be gone as soon as that guarantee period runs up. Objectively, I believe the whole hip-hop thought E-Bum and Rose Dweeb were a failure, he wrote on Twitter. But you even worse, your DI hire with falling numbers, you getting fired as soon as that guarantee period runs up. You never had talent. It was the other bald, ugly bald in with a beard. That was the guy. So you're calling that other dude the guy, but you're calling him an ugly ball N-word. Charming. Both of them have made to levels that you never will. Okay? Good damn. Just, what do I always say? If you want to know somebody who is healed, look at how they're moving as a healed person. If you want to see how somebody's broken, look at them and how they move as a broken individual. That's PDF-ademics. Oh, and by the way, did I mention PDF-ademics said, well, you're 16, 17 and a half, you're soon get this D, and he also has an SA case against him? Moving on. Meryl responded on social media with a series of posts pushing back against the comments. He can't make anything. He can't have an original thought, he wrote, before even throwing more jabs at PDF-ademics. PDF-ademics fired back, you are DI hired with failing numbers, and claiming Meryl never had talent. But you do? Oh, were you not drunk on Hennessy? And Drake doesn't even like you like that, bro. He utilizes you and then throws your way. You're basically a prostitute for him. Go on the street corner, take it up your ass. Put a ball gag in your mouth to deal with the pain. It's okay. Not. I don't know how Livingston got fetal alcohol syndrome as an adult. You're definitely not talking to any new artists at Hot 97 at all. Liv is a D writer that needs this media guy gossip shit to survive. He can't make anything. He can't have original thought. Fucking fat dork. And I agree with that. I fully agree with that. It's like, bro. Hang on. I don't know why it was delayed. Give me a moment. Bruh, PDF-ademics has to talk about the people in order for him to be known. I mean, but PDF-ademics is basically the male version of milagro gramz. They're both caught up in SA lawsuits. They both agitate celebrities, right? And they lose. And third of all, nobody wants them in the industry or in real life. Right, so there it is. It's a damn shame. He says here, man, shut your fat ass up, Livingston. You a fucking verified PDF. I could stop there. I had you crying on stream. Who's punching down? You getting abused in the replies, you fat fucking loser dog. Go box Saucy Santana. I fucking dare you. I'll put up half a ticket. Personally, I think that would be great, you know, if Hot 97 put up the fight between Saucy Santana and PDF-ademics. And I think Meryl should commentate. I think that would be a fight to see. Damn, man, to have this much smoke, but yet the only person that you are on everyday hustle. And the only reason why you were on there is because you existed, you were alive, and they needed a body. Joe Budden is bigger than you. I mean, you got flamed by Erykah Badu, and she usually pretty cool with everybody. And Jerry the Mouse is disrespectful to Act, because Jerry the Mouse is a legend. Act is shit. Oh, I'm sorry, PDF-ademics. My bad. Let me get that name right. The exchange intensifies. Merrill doubled down, calling PD Epidemics a fat loser, adding, "I had you crying on stream." He also dismissed PD Epidemics' influence. Ryan, whatever he says about me is all in his alcoholic ideation. Merrill and PDF have been going back and forth for years. So that is that. I'm on Team Merrill. Fuck PD Epidemics. One more thing. There was some house. We're gonna get to that, and then y'all, that's it. It's 3:42. I'm gonna try to get y'all Married to Medicine review tonight, probably around 8:00. Because if I do it now, then I got push it. I want to make sure that I'm able to breathe with it and all that stuff. But we're gonna do part 1 tonight. So let's get to this Potomac news. I know. Now, this is all alleged, okay? So, RHOP Season 11 cast lead Robin Dixon makes a shocking return while 2 newbies get the pink slip spoilers. Media Takeout has word on the street regarding the Real Housewives of Potomac, and honey, the cast shakeup for Season 11 is already looking like a total mess after a roller coaster 10th season that saw everything from the grind down, Karen Huger going to jail, to Wendy Ofezzo facing some serious legal drama. Bravo is ready to start filming, and we have the exclusive roster. While some of your favorites are safe, revolving door at Bravo just slammed on 2 of the newest additions. Here's the breakdown of who's in, who's out, and who's fighting for their place. Life, LOL. Secure circle. Stacey is the new queen. If you thought Giselle Bryant was the most secure woman Potomac, think again. According to our insiders, the only woman with a guaranteed full-time seat at the table right now is Stacey Rouge. Stacey has become a massive fan favorite. Said no one ever, child, but let's roll on. After her debut in production is reportedly built Season 11 around her. So y'all build a show around a liar? Oh wow, that go well. As for the veterans, Giselle O'Brien, Karen Huger, Wendy Osefo, Ashley Darby, Tina Glover are all officially returned, but there's a catch. None of them have been confirmed as full-time housewives yet. They're all essentially auditioning for Champagne Flute this year. Insider whispered to me in Takeout, Bravo wants to see who brings the most heat before they hand out those permanent contracts. The shocking return. Robin Dixon is back. This is all alleged, y'all. And the twist nobody saw coming, and nobody asked for. The Green Eye Bandits are officially reunited after being fired following Season 8. Robin Dixon is reportedly back in the mix for Season 11. Hopefully she's a friend of, child. I can't deal with her being back on full time. Like, she lied about her storyline, talking about everybody else's man. No, that's a permanent ban. Sorry, no. While Robin has returned to audition for a flute, her presence is already causing a stir. Fans are wondering if she's coming back to defend Giselle, or if she has a storyline that doesn't involve Juan Dixon's dirty laundry room excuses. Either way, the Green Eye Bands are back in business. You know what? If she comes back, can Juan come back with the woman that looks better than Robin? Like, can that be the new couple? I mean, since we're being fair to everybody, right? The exes, Angel and Kiana, are gone. It looks like the Sass sisters duo didn't survive the cut. Me and Takeout can confirm that Angel Massey and Kiana Stewart will not be returned for Season 11. Angel reportedly quit or was pushed out after a disastrous freshman season where she clashed with the veterans and felt unsupported by production. As for Kiana, fans felt she flopped during Season 10, failed to bring the same energy that made her a standout friend in previous years. The wild cards, Monique Samuels and a new girl, allegedly. Okay, no, I'm sorry, Mia Takeout. I know y'all not calling her a bitch, but she called herself Binder Bitch. So what about the Binder Bitch herself? Now, she said that she was a Binder Bitch. I'm not calling her that. She called herself that, okay? While Monique Samuels made a splash with her cameo return season 10, once again said no one ever to visit Ashley. Her status for season 11 is still undecided. Our sources say production is still in talks with her, but nothing is on paper yet. We've also learned that there's a new girl being added to the mix to shake things up. No word on her name yet, but we hear she has a major connection to one of the OGs and isn't afraid to get messy. Oh, joy. You excited to see Robert Dixon back in Potomac, or was she better off fired? Better off fired. And do we think Monique will finally have her seat back? No. Let us know in the comments. Y'all, that's all I got for y'all. Child, thank you so much to everybody. Blue Devil, Babe, 1912, good to see you. Phil, is always good to see you. To that dumb fuck that came in my chat, I'm Brandon Lee from Little Rock, Arkansas. 31 years in the United States. Okay? All right. My Lord Jesus. How a person is broken will showcase in their actions. How a person is blessed will also showcase in their actions. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love. Let's send it right back to you. Bye, everybody. Oh, you too, Blue Devil, Babe, 1912. And please come back anytime. It is, no, seriously, it is really good to see you. I hope you're well. I know there's been a lot going on. The fact that you still know me, you still recognize me, you still want to come over, it means a great deal. And listen, I know that I have lives, so I know it's never personal. I have always said, how our relationship works over here is not by the like, comment, share, and subscribe. It is about how I care about you and how you care about me. As long as that's good, we will always be good. Because for anybody to believe that people have to serve you, they gotta be here all the time on your channel, be grateful if anybody invests in you at all. Because the most successful people are always being successful by investing in others and doing what needs to be done. They're about their purpose. The ones who fail the most, they're demanding this, that, and the third, where they're not even respecting the fact that they have even showed up in the world. Like I said, I made 2 million views covering everything else of the culture. I'm not known by a person, place, thing, entity, or platform. I'm known for me. Can you say that about yourself? It's very quiet last weekend. Yeah. I guess hit dogs will holler. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that They've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort. Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery. Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal. Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe. Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Breonna over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Breonna over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Breonna over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Breonna over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Breonna over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Breonna over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Breonna over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Breonna over there doing his thing.